Hello everyone, I am Anne Gabriel Longhoko and I will be with you for tonight as your co-host. I describe myself as the mediocre writer from National University, Manila. It is another night for us to learn and engage ourselves with how wonderful knowledge and wisdom can be when applied. The objective of this channel is to promote the feminine genius advocacy. One of the many goals is woman empowerment and gender equality through education and livelihood. One way to educate is by inviting guests of any gender who will impart their personal journey, challenges, and breakthroughs that will give invaluable learnings to viewers. By becoming a guest, he or she is tagged as the friend of the feminine genius. Tonight, we will have another co-host, Miss Ella Wans, who is an IT specialist, research coordinator, an educator, a vlogger, a practitioner, and she also promote the Team Helpful to help newbie YouTubers. Miss Ella Wans is also an industry practitioner, researcher, and soon to be a doctor of information technology and financial advisor. And now let's welcome our host for tonight, Dr. Ria Liza C. Canlas, who is a civil engineer, materials engineer, and patent agent. Dr. Ria also promotes the feminine genius as a female making impact in male-dominated industries such as construction, manufacturing, and creatives. She was also featured in several media outfits as an ASEAN designer and a woman in science. Dr. Ria is an industry practitioner, educator, researcher, innovator, inventor, technologist, scientist, entrepreneur, patent professional, and science communicator. Together, let's welcome Dr. Ria Liza and Miss Ella Wans.
Good evening, I'm Ria.
Good evening, Ella. Welcome
Good
to my
evening.
channel. This is Dr. Ria Liza. Of course, I'm always at your service. And this channel is meant to promote the feminine genius advocacy. Our membership package are also the same as the attributes of a feminine genius. And these are humility, kindness, patience, good character, industry, virtue, piety, and devotion. And as a feminine genius, I spread lessons by featuring people from my network of any gender to share their personal journeys, their challenges, and their breakthroughs. Because we believe that listening to other people's story is called humility, and sharing is called generosity. We are somehow influenced by the lives of other people, and we can apply it to our own selves so that we can be a better version of who we are. Remember, life is short. Let us live our lives to the fullest. Let us be inspired by our guests. And of course, we are live via Facebook page, The Feminine Genius, via Facebook groups, The Feminine Genius Groups Philippines. Right now, we're having around 300 viewers. So welcome to all of you. For The Feminine Genius, brand development and direction, we'd like to thank, of course, Agos Maharlika, Bon Labora. And coming very soon is our book, The Feminine Genius Myths by Agimat Publishing of Bon Labora. Of course, all our guests will be featured in one chapter in our book. So, konting-konti na lang. And let's wait for our initial publication. Okay, so Ella,
Yes, wow. Excited na kami dun sa book. So, good evening everyone. Hello to the viewers of Dr. Ria Liza. Of course, hindi lang po sa YouTube channel ni Dr. Ria Liza, no? Sa lahat po ng kanyang loyal viewers watching over Facebook po ng The Feminine Genius Live. And of course, sa lahat po ng mga taga-team helpful po na very supportive po every Saturday. Good evening to all of you. So, kamusta po kayo, Ma'am Ria? Ayan, na-miss ko kayo. Talagang makikita natin yung aura ni Ma'am na sobrang busy si Ma'am, pero talagang nakita naman natin napakaganda pa rin ng ating host. And of course, nandito po kami lagi to, of course, support Dr. Ria Liza. So, sana po, no, sa mga hindi pa po member ni Dr. Ria Liza, all you have to do is click on her video, kahit sa ang vlog po ni Ma'am Ria. May makikita po tayong join button at the bottom part of her video. So, click niyo po yon at makikita po ninyo no, yung perks ng kanyang membership. So, kung saan po kayo mas nag-fit ng inyong character po in person, yun po ang piliin natin kapag kayo ay nag-member. So, please don't forget to invite also some of your friends na may mga extra gadgets to watch the live streaming of Dr. Yelisa every Saturday po ito. So, 9 p.m. onwards. And of course, sa mga hindi pa po members dyan, the loyal viewers po ni Dr. Yelisa, beka naman. So, yeah, all you have to do is click on the join button po and then pipili po kayo ng membership po na character na nababagay po sa inyong personality. So, ayan, wag yun na pong patagalin para po kasama kayo sa aming project po na ilo-launch na po no, ni Dr. Yelisa. So, napakadami po ng benefits na ating may enjoy kapag tayo ay member po ng The Feminine Genius po na ang ating founder po ay si host Dr. Yeliza. Ayun. So, what are you waiting for? Ayan. You can post, by the way, the link of Dr. Yeliza's live streaming to your Facebook wall and also to your other social media accounts like Twitter, IG, at kung meron pa kayong mga ginagamit po na social media po na marami kayong mga friends para marami pong makadiscover po sa live streaming ni Dr. Yeliza. So, enjoy po natin ang kanyang live streaming tonight kasi another learning po ito no from napaka-exciting po napakinggan po yung guest ni Ma'am Ria kasi ang dami po niyang achievements. For sure, ang dami nating matututunan. Kaya bukod sa matututo na tayo, of course, mag-enjoy din po tayo kasi laging may pa-Gcash po yung ating host. Ngayon, galante po yan si Ma'am. So, stay tuned and enjoy and invite more friends. And please don't forget to shout out your name kasi every Saturday po, every time you shout out po your name there, kasama po kayo sa pa-attendance po namin. So, the benefit of this is every time you tuned in, meron po kayong entry na po sa pag-grand raffle po ni Dr. Yelisa every December po yan. So actually, not only on December lang po ang hihintayin nating grand raffle, tonight, meron pong isang maswerteng mananalo din po. May ibababang link later si host para po sa mga women out there or sa lahat ng present po ngayon, you can actually put your wish doon sa link na i-drop po ng ating host later. At yung mga wish po natin na yung kaya naman pong i-fulfill no ng kung sino man po yung wish fulfiller po na mapipili tonight. Syempre lang iba yan si guest. So I hope isang mga best example po ng wishes po is of course yung for example dinner with your uh, girlfriend and boyfriend, your partner, ayan. Kakain kayo ng masarap na food. Yung mga ideal yan na pagkain na masasarap. Ayan, yun yung mga magagandang or di kaya kung gusto niyo naman magpa-dental something, pwede rin po yun. So, ayan, nagbibigay na po ako ng tip. Actually, last week, may nanalo po. Ang wish po niya is 1,000 pesos. So, of course, ayan, yung wish niya ay granted. Kasi kayang-kaya pong i-provide ng ating wish fulfiller. So, what are you waiting for? Please inform your friends na meron po tayong ganong klaseng um, pa wish fulfiller po no ang ating host tonight dun sa mga may wish po na talagang deserve din pong manalo. Register niyo po yung wish niyo. Ayan, sabi ni Dr. Yelisa. So, shoutout po sa lahat ng Team Helpful, by the way. Thank you for always being there every Saturday. So, sa mga early birds din po dyan, no, sa shoutout po sa YouTube, please don't forget to shoutout your name para maisama ko kayo sa pa-attendance po natin every Saturday. So, ayan. Back to you, Ma'am Ria.
So don't forget, as usual, we will be having our Pinoy Henyo later. So naka-flash naman under our screen, okay? So makinig tayo mabuti sa ating guest so that we will be able to guess the words. And
Yeah.
Today, Dr. Ria Liza has been going live every Saturday, and today is our episode number
76.
76. Oo,
Ayan.
tama,
Sorry, Ma'am
correct.
Ria, hindi ko nabanggit 'to, ayan. By
Oo,
the way, I'd
sorry.
like to, of course, remind you once again, 'no, kasi, every Saturday po meron tayong pa-GCash po. So, meron tayong pa-Pinoy Henyo po with Dr. Yelisa. So, there will be 5 significant words na dapat ninyong aabangan 'yan 'no, kung ano yung mga, significant words na binanggit po ng ating guest during, her talk, ayan, later. Kasi doon po kukuha ng mga itatanong sa Papinoy Henyo, ayan. So, GCash prizes will be given to the winners and the amount is based on the number of viewers. So, please invite your friends to watch the live streaming of Dr. Yeliza every Saturday po ito, 9 p.m. onwards. And also,
Oh,
please don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment, like, and share the YouTube channel of Dr. Yelisa. And of course, idama nyo rin po kay Ella once. Ayan. So, makikita nyo po dyan, no, if you click on Dr. Yelisa's channel, magpuproceed po kayo sa kanyang main channel. So, please don't forget also to watch her video before subscribing para mas talagang hindi siya matatanggal po. Ayan. So,
okay.
again, shout out to all of you, the loyal viewers of Dr. Yelisa and sa mga bagong viewers po ni Dr. Yelisa. Thank you so much po. I hope huwag kayong magsawa. Every Saturday po ito, marami po tayong learnings. At the same time, mag enjoy po tayo sa Papinoy Henyo. And malay natin, kayo po yung mananalo po sa wish po na i-register ninyo sa link na nandiyan na po, nakalagay na po, no, ibinaba na po ng ating host. So, ayan, please don't forget your wish. Ayan, i-register nyo na po yan. Ayan. Back to
Okay.
you, Ma'am Ria.
So, yung wish, no, medyo may nabago lang dun sa form. So, baka gusto nyo yung mga nag-wish last week, mag-wish na rin today. Kasi naguguluhan ako na, di ma, na pag ano, no, pagtapat-tapatin yung mga wish. So, isang question na lang, isang question, nandun yung name, yung wish, simple wish nyo, pagkatapos your contact details. So, tapos na, di ba? So, okay lang, nakalagay naman sa tambiolo natin nakalagay naman sa Tambiolo yung mga wishes last week, yung hindi nabunot. And then, we can add again yung mga bagong wishes today. Of course, we will be having our guests as our wish fulfillers. Okay. So, yung link po, nandyan na i-paste ko na po. Paki-share, paki-fill upan na lang po yung link. Alright. So, and one more good news, Ella. One more good news. Our e-commerce website, anythinggoes.shop, is already uh, active. It's already on. Okay? So, yung mga members po ng ating Feminine Genius ay pwede na pong pwede nang mag-alok ng mga products natin. Yung mga members natin, mas masaya na sila ngayon. Okay? So, you just have to go to our, tawag dito, sa ating link. Bababa ko yung link. Wait, hanapin ko lang yung link. Anythinggoes.shop. So, para po sa mga members ng Feminine Genius, all you have to do is go to anythinggoes.shop and then register as a vendor. Wait for the approval by the admin to verify that you are a member of the Feminine Genius. Log into your account and you choose the product to sell. It's up to you where you want to sell it. Tapos when the admin already approve your registration, bibigyan na namin kayo ng instruction about the the business models na pwede sa inyo. No? Okay, so ano ang first feature natin na products? Our first feature products are the natural products of no other than our previous guest, the child of the universe, Ma'am Aneli
Wow.
Paola, of course, of the Ila Farm. So, mauuna na lahat ng kanyang mga gugu shampoo, yung kanyang Coco Loco, at yung kanyang, of course, bestseller na mga wash up. Ito yung mga panghugas, pang sabon, pang sanitize na best for COVID and all natural. Meron kasi siyang ginamit to na isang formula na yun ay best for killing all kinds of viruses. Okay? So, punta na tayo sa Anything Go Shop. Don't forget, don't worry, mag-grow naman yan in time, no? Iniisa-isa lang natin, mahina ng kalaban, Ella, di ba? Siyempre, busy-busy. Paunti-unti, lahat ng mga naging past guest natin na merong gustong i-promote na product, lahat sila ay i-feature natin sa ating Editing Goes That Shop. At isa pang magandang balita, so yung Anything Goes That Shop for resellers are open to all Feminine Genius members. Kaya yung mga
Wow.
green yung color nila, mga members yan, no? So, pwede nyo nang i-check ano yung mga pwede nyo i-resell. And um, also may isa lang akong papakita. Lumabas na ang ating first sample ng charan!
Wow, male genius. I
Male
like it.
Genius. So, the Male Genius. Comment lang po
Ayan,
tayo.
si
Ah,
Ronel.
may isa akong bibigyan na Male Genius mamaya. Depende. Comment-comment lang yung mga boys, no? Para patikimin natin. This is the first kalalabas lang. Siyempre, una-una magkakaroon nito ang ating brand director. Yung nagde-design ng ating branding, of course, si
Of
Mr.
course.
Bon Labora. Eh, di ko papakita eh. Of course, the male genius.
Siyempre, yung
Saka na
director
natin
mo na.
ilitaw, oo. Tsaka na natin ilitaw the Z genius para naman sa ating mga
Young,
partners na mga
yuppies.
young people. Oo. Okay, so Ella, I
All
think,
right.
meron ka
This
ba pang
is an
last? Oo.
exciting development for the Feminine Genius members. Kaya magpa-member na kayo. What are you waiting for? Siyempre, magpa-member na yan sila Ma'am Ria. Be a member now sa the Feminine Genius po ng ating nag-iisang Dr. Ria Liza channel. All you have to do is go to YouTube and then search Dr. Ria Liza. Of course, makikita niyo po ang main channel niya. Meron pong join button doon. That's how you, uh, yan po yung kailangan nyo i-click for you to be able to become a member. So, pipili po kayo, as I said a while ago, no, you're going to choose what character po ang nag-fit sa inyong personality. And then, makikita nyo po doon kung ano po yung membership na pipiliin ninyo. So, please don't forget, be a member now. Kasi, ayan, naglo-launch na po si Ma'am Ria ng Anything Goes That Shop. So, yung mga nagbebenta po sa Shopee, ayan, dito na po tayo sa Anything Goes That Shop. Pwede po tayo dito magbenta ng ating mga products online. So, huwag nating sayangin yung opportunity. Alright, back to you, Ma'am Ria. Excited na ako dito.
Yeah. Oo. Umpisahan nyo na mamaya. Mag-register na lahat ng members, ha. Mag-register na po tayo. Alright? So, yung hindi pa member, mag-member na kayo. Sabi nga ni Ella,
Yeah.
what are you waiting for? Okay.
More.
So, all right, Ella, the time has come to introduce our guest for tonight. It's Women's Month, and let us celebrate women. Welcome to today's episode, The Feminine Genius Meets the Esther, with the theme, What It's Like to Be a Woman Prime Mover. This is Late Night with Dr. Ria Liza featuring Up Close and Personal with Dr. Rachel Edita O Rojas. According to Dr. Rachel, challenges are opportunities in disguise. Dr. Rach, in her professional life, share what has been given to her. She functions as resource person with the CHED Technical Panel for IT Education as a member, and with the CHED Technical Committee for Computer Science as the chair. She is the elected president and member of the board of the professional computing organization called the Computing Science of the Philippines, or commonly known as CSP. She established the CSP Special Interest Groups in Natural Language Processing, which she pioneered research work in the Philippines. And the CSP SIG in women is in computing to processing, which excuse me, and in she is also an active in so many international organizations, and currently the Vice President for Research and Development at the National University Philippines. She is hopeful that these pursuits touch the life of another to push forward. She hopes that the listeners will be encouraged to press on and to make a mark wherever they are planted and find their purpose in their lives. Let us give our virtual applause to no other than my boss, Doc Rage. Okay. Good
Hello.
evening, Doc Rage. Lalagay lang kita sa gitna,
Good
mamawi.
Good
evening, Doc
evening.
Rachel.
Good
Good
evening, Doc Rage.
evening. Wow,
Opo.
thank you for the invite, Dr. Ria. Hello, Ma'am
Yes.
Ella.
Good evening, Doc
Yes.
Rachel.
A lot of people actually may mga nagte-text na sa akin na they're watching and wanted to listen to your life journey, Doc Rachel. So for now po, iiwan po muna namin kayo dito sa floor. And then, bigyan nyo na lang kami ng hint if we will go back na you're done with your presentation. Okay, Doc
Okay,
Rachel,
thank you very
the
much.
the virtual floor po is yours. Saglit lang po, ayusin ko lang.
Thank you so much, Doc Ria. So, a pleasant day to everyone. Wow, thank you very much, Dr. Ria and your team for the invitation. I'm very happy to be here. Sabi ko nga kay Doc Ria, naku, ang hirap naman. I'm not used to talking about myself. But I thank God for the opportunity to be able to share with you my life's journey and the lessons that I learned along the way. The things that I will share with you are actually found in my Google site, which I try to maintain. This is my public CV that I try to maintain. But I will be sharing with you this evening episode 76 of the Feminine Genius. Ano? What are the things that happened behind the scenes? So these are very special, call it nuggets, nuggets of life's lessons that happened behind the scene, behind the things listed in the curriculum vitae. Okay, so happy International Women's Month to everyone, and thank you for the organizers. Of course, we're happy to learn from the experiences of other people. In fact, they say that there are generally two ways to learn in life. One is to learn from the experiences of others so that we don't have to go through them. Or kung matigas ang ulo natin and we prefer to undergo it themselves. So we learn the hard way by going through the same experiences. So I think it's a good advantage, very important advantage that we have to learn from the stories of other people. So I congratulate the Doc Ria and her team for coming up with this. Despite her busy schedule, no, she can still do such things. So I would like to share with you some of the caricature that my daughter has done for me and my family. So I asked for her permission so that I don't violate her intellectual property. So thank you to my daughter. Okay. So I will be sharing with you certain things about my personal life, my roots, my professional life, and my next steps. Again, this is based on my on the materials that I try to maintain in my own Google site. Okay, so uh, I would like to start with my personal life. Um, if you have worked close with me and you've seen me, I am a very goal-oriented person and a target-oriented person. And I desire to be able to fulfill the purpose that God has ordained for my life. But sometimes being a goal-oriented or target-oriented person is not always very good. Um, Please allow me to explain. For example, if I'm at the office and at the end of the day I said I want to be able to accomplish items 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? And I have a time schedule, okay? And then someone knocks at the door. So, is that person a distraction or is it part of the purpose why I am at that office? Okay, uh, being a goal-oriented person sometimes has its has its problem. So sometimes I think I read this in some material. So I think most of the things that I will be sharing with you are not original. Also, I mean, I also try to learn from other people. So sometimes when we are at point A and we want to reach point B, we do everything to reach the point B, and sometimes we are impatient, right? Uh, and that writing said that sometimes the process is even more important than the goal itself. The process that we go through, going from point A to point B in our life, uh, sometimes the process, the things that we learn along the way are even more important. Uh, Through time, it develops our character, it develops our person. Uh, if it takes time, then patience and dealing with other people and dealing with the circumstances in life. Okay. So, please allow me to share this again, a caricature by my daughter. So, I am a wife. Okay, so let's start with that. And then, after 1 year, still a wife, only the two of us. After 2 years, still two of us in the family. Okay. So imagine all the reunion, family, uh, school, elementary, high school. Okay, all reunion, family gatherings. Okay. Imagine the questions that we face. Okay. So after um 14 years, okay, maraming dumaan na ano, no? So, we suddenly became four in the family. Okay, so I became a mother of two kids. So imagine, no, the what we went through within the 14 years. Okay, so I'm not sure if I have all the time to 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 explain everything, but I went through all the operations and all. Maybe you can ask my husband for an explanation of all the meiosis and myoma. Okay, uh, so after that time, both of us are believers in. We are both Christians, so it's really a difficult time because it's a test of our faith. Um, because life comes from God, so it's really a test of faith. And then, so we said maybe it is our this is the will of God for us. We considered adoption. Okay, so we attended an orientation. Actually, I borrowed a book from the library about an NGO. So our first child, Miko, is legally adopted. Okay, so after a few weeks that we brought him home, he's already, I think at the time, 7-month-old baby. I felt different. I said, something is different in my body. So, our second child, to make the long story short, is biological. Okay, so we are both, they call it adoptive parents and biological parents. So we went through all the legal legal procedure. We went to court, and then so we have a son and a daughter. So now they are teenagers. Okay. So as mentioned, we want to go from point A to point B, but the process has been really a challenge. And as mentioned, challenges are opportunities to grow as people, to grow in our character, and our relationship with God has been tested. Okay, so as a mother of two children and a wife, what is my day's journey? I wake up early, just like any other mother. I already prepare breakfast and maybe lunch because I have to do my work. Okay. Uh, Together with that, I start my prayer. I'm a very reflective person, so uh, sabi nga we started from dust and we will return to dust, and what will remain will be our relationship with God. So while praying and doing my tasks, so preparing the food, like any other mother, we're very good at multitasking. So so laundry will be set. So after finishing cooking, then the laundry will be ready for hanging. Okay. So the day starts that way, and start with the work. Okay. Now, as I was reflecting what I'm going to share, I said, okay, I'll try to check my roots. Okay. Why am I the person that I am? Okay. Because there are so many things that our ancestors have done, either in a positive way or negative way, that affect our person. Okay. So I grew up actually in we call it faculty village, but actually it's outside. We have to go inside the campus in faculty village and then go outside the campus at UP Los Baños. In fact, this is called UP Los Baños College, Laguna. It's not part of Los Baños College, Laguna. Okay. So, why did I grow up in such a place? Okay, so I checked at my roots. Okay, so I looked at my the information about Dr. Leopoldo Wichanko. He became the first Filipino instructor in sorry. Sorry about that. So, first Filipino instructor in 1915, imagine. In the Department of Entomology, and you know that they are studying insects. What a career, right? Okay. So, he is also the first Filipino to head the department in 1923, holding the position up to 1956. And then he had a lot of researches on biology, ecology, and major insect pests and important crops flourished. Okay. This is my lolo. Okay. So my lolo served as the first Filipino instructor, first graduate, first Filipino to head the department. And then later on, he had a lot of researches. So I reflected upon it, and I said, because UP Los Baños, there's no differentiation between academic, research, and community engagement. Because some schools now are making a big fuss out of it. But I grew up in such an environment. The students are there, the field is there where they do their experiments and the researches, and then it's given to the community. So these three things are not foreign to me because I grew up in such an environment. And Lolo, our Lolo here, uh, became the dean, okay? The dean of the College of Agriculture when UP Los Baños was still a college. And then I looked at the documentation of 100 years of UPLB. It says there are very wonderful adjectives. Okay, so it doesn't say he's just an entomologist. It says he is an accomplished entomologist. He's not only a writer. It warmed my heart. I said, I want to be like this. I want to have an adjective added to the things that are being used to describe me. Okay, he's a he's not only a writer, prolific, and then he's not only qualified for the position, he's highly qualified. Okay, so I was wondering, through an executive committee secret balloting, he was voted. Okay, and then note, look at this. This is from the 100 years documentation. This is an official document. Okay, but a woman is mentioned here. It said the executive committee in a secret balloting voted for Dr. Leopoldo B. Wichanko, who had a modest but charming wife. So what a wonderful historical document, documenting not only my lolo, but also my lola, who was a modest and charming wife. Oh, wonderful. So I thought, oh, this is what the Bible says, that the blessings of God, when we do the will of God, the blessings are not only passed on to that generation, but to the second, third, and fourth generations. Okay, so I said, oh, that's why. That's why I'm like this. Because of the seeds that were sown by my lolo and lola. Okay, so I said, Lord, thank you, no, for what you have done. So what happened was, okay, when my lolo was dean, my father and my mother were students. We're both students of UPLB. And imagine the guts and the bravery of my father, who courted my mother, who was the daughter of the dean. So it's quite a funny story. So anyway, when they got married and established the family in UP Los Baños, that's why I grew up there. So this is our family. We are 9 siblings. Okay, so and then as I was reflecting upon this, I said, but the 9 children went to different careers, different fields. Out of the 9 children, 2 of us went into the academe and completed our doctorate degree. So different calling, different purpose for each one of us. Okay, so as I was reflecting upon this, I said, oh, this one, my mother, you see the contribution of my mother to UPLB is seen in this picture, because one of the streets in the campus, okay, was named after my mother. Okay, so you will see how from one generation to the other, no, the story is unfolding, and then me. Okay, so when I was looking at it, I said, okay, so that is what happened in UP Los Baños. No? So I said, okay, so I am influenced by the seed sown by my ancestors. This is just one illustration. There are so many trees in Los Baños in UPLB. In fact, we have a forest there, right? So this is an example of a mango tree. Diba? Pag namunga yun, di ba, halos hindi magkandadala yung mango tree. So, I was saying, okay, so the seed sown, okay, and then blessed seeds, nanganganak din siya ng blessings across generations. But the other side is also true, no? Bad seeds would also produce bad fruit. I remember there was one time that we visited also the mga grand aunts, and then there was unforgiveness. Each time we will visit them, they will have stories about uh, excessive tiles that were bought when they were building the house. So you see, good seeds and also this unforgiveness being passed on from one generation to the other. So we have two choices. Okay, we just live with the seeds that were passed on to us, or, di ba? Or we break free. The initial that I said, set free, break free. No, so you have an opportunity, you know, to change the course of your life. And then the question went back to me. I said, so what am I passing to the next generations? So even if one person, ikaw at ako, diba? Whatever we do in this life does not only affect us, okay? It affects us, the next generations. Okay, so I looked at this story, because we are fond of stories, right? And stories provide very good lessons for us. I looked at this, I said, oh, what happened to this? These are two people. This is a well-documented study about two people, Jonathan Edwards and Max Jukes, where Jonathan Edwards, when at the time of the study, they looked at the descendants, produced college presidents, professors, military officers, authors, doctors, judges, pastors, senators, a vice president, and Max Jukes, what was his legacy? Okay. 310 died as paupers, 150 criminals, murderers, drunks, prostitutes. What legacy are we leaving? That's the question. What is our legacy? Are we going to break the cycle, okay, of the bad seeds and producing good seeds? Okay, so yun ang nakita kong lesson dito. Okay, so there is always, this is always quoted, no, to us, that the truth will set you free. Sabi nga, set free and break free from the mga nangyayari sa mga family natin, mga ano, na pwede natin, we have a choice to break free. Okay? But this is only half of the verse. Sabing ganon, know the truth muna. You should know the truth, and the truth will set you free. So find out the truth, no? Okay, so this is very important. Okay, so yun yung my roots. Okay, so personal life, my roots, and now my professional life. Okay, so what can I say that is not in my CV? Okay, so what I wanted to say to you is what happened, as mentioned earlier, behind the scenes. Okay, so that it becomes very interesting. Okay, I did my undergraduate degree, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science from UPLB. And we were the pioneering batch, okay, of noon hindi pa uso yung mga computer, bigla lang nauso nung when we were going to be freshmen. Suddenly UPLB opened the BS Computer Science. So we were the first batch. Okay. And then we organized the Computer Science Society, or the COS, okay, which is the student organization. So pioneering batch again. So when there was one time, this is so funny. There was one time that I visited UPLB. I met someone who is a member of COS, but she's already a graduate also. And then she said, "Oh, you're in the pioneering batch? Pa-picture. So I was taken aback. I said, ganun pala yung how people recognize you when you are in the pioneering batch, no? So this is the story of my undergraduate degree. And then I did my PhD in the Australian National University, which is the top university in Australia. And then footnote, footnote, I also did a PhD in education at De La Salle, and I took the licensure examination for teachers in 2007, and I was at the top 7. And then now, okay, Dr. Ria mentioned that we are colleagues. We work together, no? Si Dr. Ria, very napakasipag and very passionate, no? Nakakahawa yung passion niya, no? So, with National University for Research and Development. And since then, NU has been recognized by CHED as a Center of Excellence in IT, and also recognized by CHED with an autonomous status. So, medyo umaarangkada yung yung school. But before then, before I was with National University, I worked after I graduated. I was teaching at UP Los Baños also. But at that time, after I completed my doctoral degree, some of the campuses of the autonomous campuses of UP did not have a BS Computer Science degree yet. So what I did was I went around the UP campuses. I think at that time only Diliman, and then Diliman introduced to UP Baguio. So all the other campuses didn't have a BS Computer Science. So imagine this, I went to the different campuses, UP Manila. So even if you look at their course codes, it is not based on Diliman. It is based on UP Los Baños, because we were the ones who went into these campuses. So UP Manila, UP Cebu, UP Visayas Miagao, and UP Mindanao. I visited those, and I was the one pushing them to offer, okay, DBS Computer Science. So it's very, very exciting, because I advise them how they can formulate or package the program offering based on the competency of the campus. So, for example, UP Manila, it's more on medical applications, or how they can merge medicine and computer science into the offering. So that's how that's how I went to the different campuses. Okay, and then when I went after 14 years, we had to have the medical concerns for childbearing. So we had to transfer to Manila. So at that time, I affiliated with De La Salle University. Okay, when I was there for first 9 months, I was just a faculty member, and I was just doing my own thing. And then after 9 years, I became the dean. I was appointed the dean. Okay. So during that time that I was appointed the dean, we established the research centers and the research laboratories in the College of Computer Studies. And it was a very significant development in the college. Okay. So yun yung mga naging mga pinaggagawa ko during that time. And then, as mentioned by Dr. Ria, I pioneered the natural language processing research in the country when I came back from my doctoral degree. Ganito ang nangyari dyan. Ganito yung nangyari dyan. So, nung pag-uwi ko, galing akong Australian National University, and I studied on the theory of programming languages. When I came home, no one understood me. I was speaking a different language from everyone else. Okay, so I looked at that was the challenge at the time when I came home from a doctorate degree. How can I survive as a professional coming back when no one would understand me? Okay, so I looked at a close field, okay, which is also on languages, but this time it's on the human or natural languages like Tagalog, English. Okay, so I went into that. So instead of theory of programming languages, it's the theory of natural languages and how we are able to reason and compute using natural languages. Okay, so the areas, so the challenge, okay, became an opportunity to come up with a field that has not been introduced in the country. Maybe there are some, but it has not been widespread at this time. Okay, and then we use the NLP with AI, or artificial intelligence, for participatory governance, and we want to use this for health, and we use this for disaster risk reduction management. Okay, and then as mentioned earlier, I also serve as a resource person with SHED. Okay, and we lead the higher educational institutions in the country in the development of their computing curricular offerings. Okay, this is hard work. It's so difficult, no? It's so difficult, but it is an opportunity to impact the whole nation. Okay, this is also a very interesting story. Okay, when I was elected to the board of the Computing Science Society, nagaya na ako kay Dr. Ria, Computing Society of the Philippines, sorry. After a few years being at the board, I was elected the president. So from 2017 up to the present. At that time that I was elected to the board, at that time I was the only woman. Okay? So challenge na naman. I think there were 9 of us, and I was the only woman. Because computer science is still a very male-dominated area. So, tinitingnan ko silang ganun. Tapos naglolokohan kami. We were just joking. I said, how can this be? How can it be that I'm the only board member of the Computing Society of the Philippines? We should be, so I gave them a lecture. We should be gender balance. We should provide women empowerment. How can it be that as the board, we are representing the whole professional organization of computer scientists? And I'm the only woman. So among colleagues, because we know each other, it's a very small community. So they were joking, we were laughing at it. But at the end of that board meeting, I was asking myself, how can this be? So it was the birth of the special interest group in women in computing. Doon nag-umpisa yon. Okay, so if you check my website, you will see how we started from 2014 each time the Computing Society of the Philippines will have its annual event or annual conference, we position a pre-conference half-day event for the special interest group on women in computing. Okay, so this is what happened. I said, okay, but we need the international collaboration to support the CSP Special Interest Group on Women in Computing. So I looked up uh, the largest association for computing machinery, ACM. So ACM, I looked at their website, has an organization, Women in Computing. So I said, wow, what a very good opportunity. So I thought, okay, what should I do? Okay. So I looked up the email of the president. It's the global ACM, no? Women in Computing. I looked up the email. Anyway, she doesn't know me. She doesn't see my face. So even if she rejects me, it's okay. I will not get embarrassed. I will not. Okay, so what I did was I sent an email. I introduced myself. I said, we'd like to start an initiative on women in computing through the Computing Society of the Philippines, and we will form a special interest group. And lo and behold, the response was very positive. Okay, so since 2014, they have been supporting the events of the CSP Special Interest Group on Women in Computing. So, ganun lang ang gagawin. Wala namang mawawala sa atin. Okay. So, that's how we started the linkage. And now we are also members of the ACM Women in Computing Asia Pacific region. So, the Asia Pacific region group also formed a regional team. Okay. So every year we are hosting an event together with CSP. Okay. So these are opportunities, so challenges that were transformed to opportunities. Okay. So as mentioned, we are now, actually we hosted the first, this is also the first, no? The first ACM Women in Computing Asia Pacific celebration last year in 2021. And this is the website if you want to know the details. And then this one, I've been a country representative of the steering committee of PACLIC, among other organizations. PACLIC, you will see the list of the steering committee members. I think in the early 2000, one of my students submitted a paper to PACLIC, which had their conference in Wuhan, China at that time. Okay, and then I'm not very fond of traveling. I'm a homebody, so so I said, okay. I told my student, I have funding. You can go. I will fund your trip. So she went to PACLIC, and then the steering committee of PACLIC, they were very happy. Say, wow, first from the representative from the Philippines. So since that time, they recruited me to be a member of the steering committee, and we've been organizing the PACLIC. By the way, PACLIC is a Scopus Index conference venue. Okay. We are hosting it this year, 2022. Manila will be hosting the PACLIC in 2022. I should give you the, I should put the link. We already have a website of the PACLIC 2022. Please submit papers. Okay. And when I look at my CV, I said, how can I manage all of these things? Okay, so I'm also an active member of the CAC, or Computing Accreditation Commission, under the PICAB. I functioned in different roles: chair, co-chair, committee chair, still an active member. Please, ano kayo, undergo PICAB accreditation. Ayan. Okay, so next steps. Okay. Okay, so when I was reflecting upon this, I said, what are my next steps? What do I want to do? Okay. For me, I just want to be able to accomplish the purpose of my life that the Lord has given me. I'm a very reflective person and a believer of the Lord. Okay. So I want to grow. I want to grow. I want to grow in my professional life. Okay. Maybe expand on my research area in the use of AI and NLP. We have an application for funding, and I want to look at maternal health. Okay. And then to grow, of course, okay, I want to discuss this. Okay. So first is to grow professionally. If you look this up, the World Economic Forum report, this is available in the internet, so you can just look at it. Whatever is your field, okay, whatever field you are in, even if you're not in computer science or any related field, you should read this paper. Okay, you should read this material. Okay, that shows 5 charts showing the jobs of a post-pandemic future and the skills you need to get them. Okay, and I will show you some of the charts. Okay, this one is the job landscape. Okay, where sorry, can you see it? Data analytics, artificial intelligence, data mining, big data, everything about data, okay, is growing. Okay, because now, because of what happened during the pandemic, we recognize everything now is done online. Okay, so security also will be needed. Okay, so if you're looking for a career change or you're planning your career, okay, I suggest you look at videos. Now the materials are available, videos on artificial intelligence, videos on data mining. Learn the craft. You will not go wrong. Okay. As part of the report of the World Economic Forum on trends in 2022 is AI, artificial intelligence augmented workforce. So it means even if you are in tourism, AI is there. If you are in dentistry, AI is there. In business, in retailing, marketing, here it says law, retail, medical field, marketing, engineering, manufacturing. In the material, the link is there. Forbes report, which shows the World Economic Forum predicting that AI and automation will lead in the creation of 97 million new jobs in 2025. However, people working in many existing jobs will also find their roles changing as they are increasingly expected to augment their own abilities with AI technology. So ito yung sinasabi, whatever your field is, go into AI. And you will not go wrong. Everything will be efficient. Okay. Now, in the Philippine context, hindi tayo magpapahuli, no? Okay? This has been led by the Department of Trade and Industry. Has been crafted and finalized, which we call the Philippine AI Roadmap, or Artificial Intelligence Roadmap for the Philippines. Okay? So in that report, it shows that artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning will be the areas to go into. It will provide efficiency in organizations if you have these tools. But I have to warn you, no, because students now, I don't know, they don't want mathematics. They don't want statistics. They're but progress will be in these areas, and you cannot avoid mathematics, statistics, uh, all that mathematics subjects, linear algebra, calculus, and all that are needed if you want to understand machine learning and deep learning, data analytics, data science. No? So you go into computing, math and statistics, and other areas. So don't run away from it. Let the challenge be your opportunity. You know what I did? Marathon. I selected a well-known professor in the US, and one after the other, I watch, I watch the videos. There are so many now. You don't, wala na tayong excuse, ano? There's so many. Let the challenges be opportunities for our growth. Okay, so the AI roadmap as led by DTI. If you want a copy, it's already finalized. You can get a copy. 4 sectors will be involved: the academe, industry and business, government, and society. Because we need problems, which will be provided by the industry, business, and also the government. Okay? There should be support from the society to believe that this will work. And the academe will work hand in hand. Sa academe naman, what we say is, we have solutions, but we don't have real world problems. What we do is we use toy problems and all that. So what we do is we work with industry and business so that they give us real world problems. So meron dun dapat trust, kasi you have to work together, okay, with these sectors. Okay, so grow in my professional life, that's the number one. Expand on my research area. And I think this is the most important one for me, okay, to grow as a person. So we started with being target-oriented and goal-oriented, getting from point A to point B, but the process sometimes is even more important than the goal itself. So, to grow as a person, minsan most of the time, hindi madali. Hindi madali, ano? Sabi nga to be refined as gold. Paano ba nire-refine yung gold, di ba? Kailangan may heat. So, the trials and challenges are not pleasant times in our life. But it's through those times that we grow as a person, grow as a sister or a brother. Minsan, kinakausap ko yung mga kapatid ko. There was a time I said, I apologize that I have not been a good sister. So, kailangan may forgiveness and asking for forgiveness kasi we will not live life as free agents if there is no forgiveness. Isipin mo, meron ka bang sama ng loob sa kapatid mo? Meron ka bang sama ng loob sa magulang mo? Ang hirap dalhin yun, manganganak yun. There should be Hindi ibig sabihin, after ng forgiveness, sweetie, and you live together. Hindi naman ganun. Ang forgiveness is state of the heart. You decide in your heart that you forgive the person. Sabi nga nila, if you don't forgive a person, you continue to allow the person to hurt you. Kasi they are already going their merry way. Tapos ikaw nagkikimkim ka pa rin ng sama ng loob. Ikaw yung kinakain ng sama ng loob. Di ba? As much as possible, we try to live our lives free from unforgiveness. Yun talaga ang ano. To live, to grow as a person, to grow as a sister, a wife, a mother, to grow as a worker, no? And of course, to grow as a Christian. Ayan. So, when we face challenges in life, allow these challenges to dalawa ang choices. Mamili ka to make you or destroy you or mar you. Treat these challenges as problems or as opportunities. As sabi nga, stumbling blocks. Di ba yung bato, kung may batong malaki, hindi mo nakita, matitilapid ka, di ba? Dadapa ka. Tapos magkakasugat-sugat ka. Pero yung stumbling block, pwede mong tungtungan yun, di tumangkad ka pa. Di ba? So sabi nga, do you want to treat your challenges as stepping or stumbling blocks or stepping stones? Pag may challenge, fight ba or flight? Hindi, choose your battles, my dears. Hindi yung laban ng laban, parang Gabriela sila ang... Or may mga times that, okay. So, iba-iba, no? Iba-ibang circumstances. Do you fight or do you flight? Atras. Retreat. Okay? Pero ang mahalaga yung heart. Kasi kahit na nag-retreat ka or nag-fight ka, basta yung heart mo is clean and pure. Walang unforgiveness or bitterness. Okay. So, bakit siya Esther? Okay? Nahirapan kaya akong pumili ng... Ito ang isang babae na pangalan ng isang book sa Bible. Pag nakinig ka ng audio noon, is less than 30 minutes. Very exciting ang story ni Esther. So, basahin mo. Basahin natin, no? Basahin ng lahat. Ano ang nangyari kay Esther? She was an orphan. Ang nag-alaga sa kanya yung pinsan niya, a cousin. So yung storya nag-develop from an orphan, naging queen. She was there at a time as this. Kasi hindi lang siya naging queen. Ginamit siya to save the people from annihilation. Biro mo yun, from an orphan, she fulfilled the purpose of God for her life. Okay? So doon nakita natin, fight ba siya o flight? Kasi may consequences yung gagawin niya eh. Sabi, lapitan mo yung hari, makiusap ka na huwag tayong patayin. Eh hindi pwedeng basta pumasok dun sa sa court ng hari. May risk. So, finulfill ba niya yung purpose niya? Okay. So, fight ba? Or retreat? Okay. And then, nakita natin yung story ng lolo ko, no? Decide to sow the good seed. Ano yung legacy ng life natin? Sabi ko nga doon sa mga kapatid ko, kasi mga nasa, kami, mga nagsisenior na no? Ang bilin ko sa kanila, at saka yun din ang bilin ko sa husband ko. Okay? Pag ako ay lumipat na sa kabilang ibayo, I will meet my Creator. Just inform my siblings, cremate, and that's it. Wala na yung ipoprosesyon mo pa ako, wag nang gano'n. Tapos titingnan pa akong gano'n. Lumabas yung vanity, ganun ba, Doc Rhea? Kung gusto niyo akong padalhan ng flowers, ay, thank you nga pala sa hubby. Dinala niya ako ng flowers kahapon. Kung gusto niyo akong bigyan ng flowers, ngayon na. Maaamoy ko pa, makikita ko yung ma-appreciate ko. Minsan may nakikita ako, halimbawa merong namatay, ang gaganda ng mga sinasabi nila. Di ba maganda pag buhay yung tao? You encourage the person and say good things. Uy, ang ganda ng ginawa mo ha. Uy, thank you ha. Alam mo yung iba, mag-hello lang ako sa sa messenger. Alam mo, touch na touch sila. Alam mo, simple lang naman ang tao eh. What is the legacy that you are leaving? Not only for this generation, but the generations to come. Sabi, the truth will set you free. You shall know the truth, and the truth will set you free. What is the seed that you are sowing? So let us press on. No, encourage natin isa't isa. No man is an island, no man. We need each other. Kilala ako ni Doc Ria kung paano kami mag-lead. Okay ba to, Doc? Of course, hindi ko naman alam lahat ng bagay. But yung iba na shock pag sinasabi ko, I don't know everything. Ha? Siyempre. Kahit 2 pa doctorate ko. Alam niyo ba ang doctorate? It's a very specialized field. Nagsa-specialize ka, kaya nga tawag expert ka. Of course, you don't know everything. And you need people. Make a positive mark in this generation at a time as this. Yun yung sinabi nung cousin of Esther to Esther, that maybe God has placed you there for such a time as this because you are to fulfill your purpose. So, as we target our journey from point A to point B, of course, gusto natin makarating dun sa B. Of course, Lord. Okay? I want to see your face in heaven. Sabi niya, ayan, I gave you the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but through me. So yun yung point B. Ay, nahanap lang ba natin yung dito sa mundo? Maikli lang yun eh. Iba yung eternity. Yung eternity, yun yung mahalaga, walang hanggan. So, we appreciate the process involved from going from point A to point B. But sometimes, and most of the time, the process is very, very important. The process is very important than the goal itself. Nakita ko sa buhay ko, in my personal life and in my professional life. So baka dumaldal pa ako ng another hour. So doon na po ako magtatapos. So thank you very much for listening. Thank you, Doc Ria, Miss Ella, and the team. Wow, congratulations.
All right. Mabigat,
Mabigat
mabigat
ba?
na mensahe, opo. Okay, so Doc Rach, you rest a while for the meantime, and marami na tayong viewers ngayon. And Ella, nakabalik ka na ba dyan sa place mo? We just have to make a shout out on all our viewers right now. Hello to our almost 600
Oh,
plus
wow.
viewers. So we are having around 150 plus from our YouTube and about 300 plus in Facebook. And I saw a lot of your friends sharing the link, no, ma'am. Thank you for sharing the link. Dapat talaga, sinishare natin yung mga link sa ating mga wall. Kasi ito yung
Thank
mga
you.
stories, no, na hindi nasusulat sa libro.
Yeah.
Napaka-importante na nakikinig sa life ng ibang tao. Okay, ma'am, rest ka lang saglit and Ella will do a shout out.
Yes, ayan. Grabe, nakaka-inspire naman yung mga sinabi ni Doc Rachel. And of course, ayan o, ang daming viewers, ibang level. Big love shoutout po sa lahat ng viewers po ni Dr. Yelisa, YouTube channel niya, and yung viewers po sa The Feminine Genius Live via Facebook po. Shoutout po sa lahat ng mga supporters po ni Ma'am Ria, and syempre sa Team Helpful, ayan, andyan po sila lahat. Thank you so much. I hope so. Ma-invite niyo po yung mga friends ninyo dyan na nasa HK, Sis Joffy, baka naman, no? At saka, thank you kay Fishing and Travel Adventure, ayan, from Oman, Ma'am Ria. And hinihintay natin yung taga-USA, no, na mag-shoutout naman dyan. Yung mga taga-HK nandyan, present silang lahat. Siyempre, yung from the Philippines. Thank you so much. May love shoutout po sa mga, ayan po, mga ka-team natin na nasa ibang team. Mga ka-team ni Ma'am Ria, ang dami-dami. Hindi ko maisa-isa yon, no? So, Mami Erlinda Cadillo, may love shoutout po. And of course, Caitlin Kate. Thank you sa mga pa-angels natin dyan. Paulens TV, Ma'am Kat. May love shoutout po kay Army Salazar. Ayan, Kathniel TV, Team Helpful. Kay Mix Videos and Vlogs by Mr. Phil. Mega love shoutout also to, of course, Fishing and Travel Adventure. And nandito rin po si, actually, nandito po ang mga pa-angels po ni Sis Chovy, Universe. Nandito po si Judith Principe. Ayan, thank you so much. Sabi niya, good evening to all. Kanina nakita kita. And Ella's Angel here and Tiffany World, thank you so much. Nandito rin si hinahanap ko si Sir Ronald, wala pa pala siya, hindi siya nag-shoutout 'no, pero, shoutout po kay, sino ba ito nakita ko kanina, panay shoutout diyan 'no, Chofis Future, ayan, Team Helpful Supporter, and sa ating nasaan yung Chofis My Love, pala 'no, and ayan po, ibinaba po ni Dr. Ria Liza na kanyang, moderator po ang link for the ayan, sa wish po ninyo, ayan, sabi po ng The Feminine Genius, please make a wish. And then, all you have to do is click on that link and then fill out po ninyo yung details based on the instructions para mailagay niyo po ng tama ang inyong wish at may provide niyo po ang nire-require based dun sa instruction. So, good luck sa mga wishers natin dyan at of course, ang ating very kind-hearted po na guest. Siya po ang wish fulfiller tonight. Yan, mag-share po siya ng blessing niya. Ang daming achievement ni Doc Rachel. Grabe, sana all. Ayan. So, of course, binabati ko rin yung mga viewers ni Dr. Yerisa na nasa Facebook. Baka naman, nakalimutan niyo po i-shoutout yung inyong names. Please don't forget to shoutout your name para maisama ko kayo sa attendance. And please participate po. We are about to start our Pinoy Henyo finally. Ayan, the exciting part. Para naman po makita natin na sino yung mga nakikinig talaga kanina sa journey po ni Doc Rachel. Of course, sa mga takeaways po natin, nandyan yan, dami-dami. So sana po everybody will participate po sa ating Pinoy Henyo and we are about to start it in a few minutes. So stay tuned and again, don't forget to join the membership of Dr. Yelisa. Ayan, sa mga hindi pa po naka-green dyan, baka naman, ayan, wag na po kayong magpatumpik-tumpik. All you have to do is click on join and then pipili lang po kayo ng anong perks ang nababagay sa inyong personality and enjoy niyo po yung mga ino-offer po ni Doc Ria po na benefits po for the members ng The Feminine Genius. And syempre, pagkakaroon kayo nito, no? Ayan, no? Nakita niyo naman yung t-shirt ko, no? The Feminine Genius. So, may ibang-ibang color ito. So, actually, hindi lang po ang The Feminine Genius po ang welcome po na magpa-member dito sa kanyang channel. Also, yung mga male genius at saka yung Zay Genius para sa mga young professionals or yung mga bata talaga dyan, ng mga kahit junior high school, senior high school. Ayan po, the male genius finally. Nagawa na po yung t-shirt ninyo. So, maswerte po ang mananalo niyan tonight kasi ibibigay yan ni Ma'am Ria. Paunahan po yan. Later, may instructions si Ma'am Ria about it. So, malay natin, isa ka na dyan sa mananalo. So, again, mag-member na kayo. Huwag niyo nang patagalin. At marami na kaming ilo-launch na activities para po sa ating women empowerment. At of course, susunod dyan yung male genius livelihood for the young professionals also. Ayan. So, hello Ma'am Ria, back to you.
Okay, so dami nating viewers tonight. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, yung umpisahan ko dun sa roots, the roots, no? Mas masyadong malalim the roots. Na para siyang I think of like a family tree, no? There's a family tree. Parang everybody wants to complete a family tree, eh. And the way that Doc Rachel is discussing about the roots, having her lolo as the first in so many things, no? Imagine uh, how it's like to have a lolo who's as with all those adjectives, sinulat ko lahat yung adjectives. Eh. Sabi kasi na kanina ni Doc Rachel, no? At a certain point in time when you know you have done the best that you could, yung ginawa mong action now has an adjective. Hindi lang basta writer, prolific pa, di ba? Something like that, no? Dumating ka sa ganong punto. So, yung roots kasi natin, no, Doc Rach, have you gone as far as your far pa kaysa sa kay lolo mo? Kasi lolo na sinasabi mo is really the father of your mom. And your mom pala, a street in UPLB was named after your mom. So pa inisip ko, parang siguro ko ako yun, para palagi ako dadaan sa street na yon kasi sabi ko this street is the name of my mom, of my mother, no? So medyo high level to, Doc Rach. hindi kinakaya ng powers ko tong mga binitawan mo kwento, no. Anong feeling, ma'am? Ano ba? You're still on very grounded eh.
Alam mo may kwento rin yun, may backstory yun, Doc Rhea. Nung in-inform kami na na alam ko kasi yung street na yun eh. Yung street na yun napakaliit. At saka dirt road. Nung araw ha. So nung una kong nalaman confession no. Nung una kong nalaman na it will be named after my mother. Actually parang ang sama ng loob ko. Sabi ko, ano ba naman yun? Ang liit-liit nung, parang hindi siya talaga kalye eh. Parang side street siya na. Tapos siya yung dirt road nung araw. Tapos parang kinorek din ako ni Lord kasi dapat nga 'di ba magpasalamat ka na ipapangalan sa Tapos kasi nga reflective person ako eh. So inisip ko rin gano'n. Sabi ko, kasi it reflects the person of my mother. Si Mommy kasi is very low key siya eh. Hindi siya yung magsusuot ng mga brilyanes, mga tapos magpapaano siya. Hindi siya ganun, very low key, very humble person eh. So, nung nakita ko 'yun, sabi ko, ay, ang ganda kasi it reflects who she was as a person, as a mother. Napakabait niyang mother eh. Kaming magkakapatid, alam namin 'yan 'pag nag-away sila nung father ko. Hindi mo makikitang nagsasabatan sila eh. Ang mommy, maglilinis 'yan. Lahat ng sulok nung bahay namin malinis. Talagang kinukuskus niya, alam namin, may nangyari. So, gano'n yung so nung una parang ang sama-sama ng loob ko, parang ano ba naman yun, ang liit-liit, sulok na ano, ang liit-liit na kalye, tapos ano, tapos napalitan siya na parang nag-reflect ako, ta's, thank you pala na na gano'n kasi because of her contribution. Pero yung question mo na how far back, actually hindi ko alam, eh, pero yung may mga pinsan ako ata inattempt nilang gawin. Hindi ko lang alam kung ano yung naging result. Pero maganda ngang tanungin ano, ano ba yung nasaan ba yung family tree? Kaya lang kasi ngayon medyo complex na kasi yung mga families, 'di ba? So, hindi katulad nung araw na napakasimple lang, may nanay, may tatay, tapos ano, 'di ba? So, hindi ko lang alam how it will work out. Kasi
Naku,
medyo complex na yung mga relationships, 'di ba?
yes, oo. Yeah, Doc
Mm.
Rachel, talagang ano, syempre, pag may nga ganong kaklaseng beginnings, 'di ba? Sabi mo nga, you are influenced by the seeds sown by the ancestors. So parang in that message, in that note, we wanted to know why tayo ganito. Parang yung opening, no, the mind
Mm.
opening na to understand bakit ka ganyan, you have to discover the roots, no? You have to discover the roots. Kumbaga, somehow, ito ba yung parang ano, no, ma'am? Somehow, meron ka talagang minana. Di ba? Nasa word is mana, no? Parang, pag sinabing, oy,
Mm.
ang talino nito, ay, kasi matalino yung lolo niya, eh, mga ganyan, no? Oy, ang sipag nito, kasi yung lola niya, ganito. So, parang yung attributes ng ating mga ancestors is napupunta sa atin. Ito yung word kasi, ma'am, na generational, no? Honestly, pang second ka na nag-talk about generational. The first one is Father
Mm.
Benigno Beltran. Pero si Father
Hmm.
Benigno Beltran, ang generational niya naman is about uh, yung gender inequality or gender
Hmm.
equality or women empowerment, generational daw talaga yon, no? Kumbaga, nagrana sa family yon kung how you treat the women. Kasi nung hinuhukay mo yung roots mo, pag nakikita mo sa parents mo na, ay, ganito nila itrato yung mga babae or something, so parang ganun ka
Mm.
na rin without knowing. Kasi nung nag-talk si Father Ben sa amin last Holy Week, talagang ang lalim ng generational na hinuhukay na yon, no? Kasi yung it's po talaga to ano to talk about it kasi 'di ba ma'am,
Mm.
that then a person must be very cautious about what he do. Kasi
Mhm.
yung impact ng ginawa mo, sabi mo kanina, impact you but impacts the generations, no? Kumbaga, there's no more holding, wala na eh, hindi mo na mababalikan yung ganun eh, di ba ma'am? So, katulad halimbawa dito sa, do, are you all your siblings or nine in the siblings? Nine siblings. Are all these, yung nine na yun ma'am, are the same with you na hinuhukay nyo lahat yung roots? Ganun ba kayo mag-usap? Yung, kasi laking UP kayo, iniisip ko nasa lamesa kayo, tapos yung nag-uusapan kayo na highly intellectual talk, di ba? Ganun ba kayo mag-usap?
Iba-iba kasi ang tinakbo ng aming ano, eh, hindi pare-pareho, eh. So, sa aming 9 kasi nung araw hindi na mauso yung mga family planning, 'di ba? Sa aming 9 dalawa lang kaming nag-stay sa academe, tapos dalawa kaming doctorate. Yung iba ang naging path nila, eh, iba. So, kumbaga yung seed na pinlant ng lolo ko, yung particular seed na yon na good seed, ako yung nakita kong naging bunga niya. So, dalawang ways natin puwedeng tingnan, eh, yung mga good seed, 'di ba, nakikita natin sa ano natin, sarili natin, and then yung mga hindi naman yung not so good, 'di ba minsan, nagiging excuse natin not to to progress or na, kasi si lolo ko gano'n or si ano minana ko na lang 'yan, eh. Hindi, kaya nga kailangan we set ourselves free. We yun talagang i-ano natin na kailangan i-break natin. Kung hindi, mamanahin pa ulit ng anak natin yun, hindi ba? And then, what are the seeds that we are sowing, to the next generation? gano'n.
Tama yun, ma'am, eh. Kasi, actually, talagang behind do sa pag-pass on mga generation to generation the attributes that you have right now. Na example, 'di ba, ma'am, halimbawa, yung akin, yung thyroid problem, no? Thyroid problem is
Mm,
passed on from the
mm,
past generation. Pero tama ka doon, hindi lahat may thyroid, no? Hindi lahat ng
mm,
lower generation meron. Meron lang talaga isang tao na among sa dami ninyo nung henerasyon na yon, ikaw yung nakakuha nun. Okay? So,
mm.
oo. So, ano na talaga, parang yung so parang hindi dapat namamatay yung spirit na yun, eh, 'di ba? It would seed. That good seed, yung lolo mo nagtanim ng good seed and then pass it on to you. So definitely you have to pass it on also. So meron din sa young generation, no, na dapat pumick up din yung sayo, 'di ba?
Oo,
Parang
minsan
paano mo
kasi
ginagawa
ano,
yun?
eh, minsan kasi we don't recognize yung kung ano yung ginawa nung 'di ba minsan yung mga new generations wala na silang masyadong pakialam dun sa mga ano, "Ay si ano masyadong makuwento 'yan." Hindi ba, hindi nila na-appreciate yung mga halimbawa yung mga kuwento ng mga lolo na, ano yun yung merong yung lola ng husband ko mahilig sa mga ano, eh, yung ano
Panahon ng
yun,
hapon. Panahon ng
oo,
hapon.
yung langaw na nasa
Ah,
ibabaw ng kalabaw, akala niya mas malaki na siya dun sa kalabaw, parang gano'n, 'di ba? So, yung mga minsan yung hindi na natin na-appreciate yung mga nangyari na pinas on ng mga earlier generation. Sa kaya nga actually, yung process na preparing for this talk, naghukay din ako. Sabi ko, "Ano bang sino ba 'tong ano bang roots ko?" 'No? So, dun ko nahukay yung tungkol kay lolo, although kilala ko siya na naging dean ng ano, College of Agriculture. Pero yung mga descriptor, yung adjectives, 'di ba? Sabi ko, "Ang galing naman pala ni lolo."
oo.
So, hukayin natin kung ano yung mga tapos yung mga minana natin, kumbaga, na not so good naman, we have the option to break free. 'Di ba? Hindi natin kailangan sabihin, "Eh, kasi minana ko 'to." Halimbawa, yung sa thyroid nga, 'di ba? Merong opportunity to break free para hindi na manahin pa nung susunod na generation. So, yun.
Yeah, oo, kasi tama, eh. Because, also with what you have said, yung sa family, parang meron tayong nagiging, we create a culture na within the family. Or we create this culture. Pero if that culture you think is not good, then it's time to break or set free.
Mm,
Ano yun, magandang note yun sa ating mga viewers. We know kasi ang tao palagi nasa kanyang comfort zone, eh, 'di ba? Ayaw niya kasi to break free, to set
mm.
free, ma'am, no? Is really also a very hard uh, task or thing to do, no? Lalo na kung hindi mo naman yung kinalakihan, no? So,
Mm.
oo. Kaya sana guys, part nga yun, no? Na kasi minsan, ma'am, how do you know that it's time to break free? Can you give us idea ng viewers, no? Kailan ba dapat nag-break free? How do you know it's a good or a bad seed? And when you're in that situation.
Halimbawa yung ano, yung kinuwento ko kanina na every week halos bumibisita kami dun sa lola na yung isang lola naman ano. Ang lagi niyang kinukuwento is tungkol dun sa sobrang tiles na binili nung kapatid nila nung pinapagawa nila yung bahay. Tapos 'di ba ang liit na bagay parang inisip mo, "Ha, bakit gano'n? Bakit issue sa kanila 'yun?" Pero 'yun ang naging source ng bitterness at saka unforgiveness in the family. So ngayon nakikita namin na, ay oo nga, the next generation nag-aaway-away din yung mga yung mga magpipinsan, yung mga ano. So nakita kong gano'n na, ay talagang we have to be careful with these things. Makikita naman natin 'yan pagka 'yun yung bagay na 'yun na unforgiveness talaga isa sa mga bagay na problema natin 'yan. Kasi araw-araw we get offended by people. kung hindi tayo magfo-forgive, hindi naman ibig sabihin beso-beso tayo, 'di ba? Ang forgiveness is the decision of the heart na kasi sabi nga, if you will not forgive the person who offended you, the person will continue to offend you. Kasi nandun sa puso mo, yung tao, ang saya-saya na. Tapos ikaw, nagkikimkim-kim ka pa rin ng galit. Ganun. Kaya ang isang
Kaya,
nakikita,
go ahead, ma'am.
kaya nakikita kong difference kasi dyan is because I'm a Christian nga, believer ako. So, meron kumbaga higher power or ano na who can enable you na kasi ang hirap kaya nun. Mahirap kayang mag-forgive kasi ano, bakit? Ma-off the hook lang siya sa ginawa niya sa akin. Off the hook siya.
That's a good point eh. That's a good point na mga higher generation dapat very careful din sila sa sinishare nila sa lower generation, 'di ba? Kasi nga naki-carry over siya. Nakikita ko rin yun eh, yung tipong parang may bitterness, napipitbit, tapos nagkakaroon na tuloy ng itong panic na to ay against sa kabilang panic kasi sa na-carry over na no, ng mga
Mm.
bitterness. Ang sarap pag-usapan eh, kasi kung tayo ngayon, na mga viewers ngayon, nalalaman natin ganitong klase na storya, no? The legacy can start from us, the good type of legacy. Sabi nga nila whether you like it or not, you have a legacy. The only problem is good or bad. So, dapat lahat tayo ay magkaroon ng bad. Kasi akala nila, ma'am, karamihan kasi ng mga tao, akala nila yung word na legacies are only for achievers, no? Hindi nila alam the legacy is the legacy is what you have become. No? May isa kasi akong, na-note doon sa sinabi mo kanina, you are what you go through. You are what you go through, oo. So, sinabi mo yung kanina, so ibig sabihin, ma'am, parang kung ikaw pala ay isang masayahing tao, it means, possibly ba na yung mga pinagdaanan mo ay may kinalaman doon sa kung anong klase ka ngayon, di ba? Ako kasi nag-agree ako. Because dahil iba-iba yung path natin, iba-iba din tayo, di ba? Hindi naman pwedeng magkaiba tayo na pinagdaanan, tapos ngayon, magkapareho tayo, hindi naman pwede. So, napakaganda ng sinabi mo na yon. So, we are what we go through. So, yung sinasabi ko kasi the process that is more important, no? Yung looking at the process positively, yung sinasabi mo na turning all adversities into opportunities, no? Ano to, ma'am, 'di ba? Kailangan meron ding influencer or motivator. Bakit ganun yung pananaw mo? Na your case, ma'am, saan ka humuhugot ng positivity na yon? Ano yung pinakamalaking factor para maging positive yung outlook mo in spite or despite the many challenges?
Oo, napakahalaga nun, Doc Ria, kasi lahat tayo dumadaan sa mga trials and challenges, 'di ba? And then depende sa kung ano yung magiging response natin dun sa challenges, either will make us nga or mar us, 'di ba? Depende sa magiging response. So sa akin personally, siyempre ang importance ng family and friends, pero may higher ano kasi being na kailangan kasi kahit na anong i-encourage ka ng kapatid mo, ng ano mo, iba pa rin ang talagang meron kang belief, meron kang faith sa higher being, 'no. So sa akin, as a Christian, malaking bagay, iba talaga, imposible talagang madaanan victoriously yung pinagdaanan ko at pinagdadaanan ko kung hindi ako Christian, mahirap, hindi imposible siya talaga. So, recognition of a higher being, 'no, sa akin in Christ, na napakahalaga Kasi kung hindi, walang paghuhugutan. Minsan may mga challenges, siyempre mahirap talaga ang trials. Minsan nga gabi na nag-uusap pa kami ni Doc Rhea 'no, iiyak ka talaga, 'di ba? Iiyak ka at saka talagang ang ano bang pride ba 'yan? Nasaktan ka gawa ng pride, oh, 'di ba? So,
Yeah,
talagang
oo.
test of character pero, sabi nga, to be refined. Kailangan ma-refine kasi kung walang mga pagdadaanan, 'di ba, hindi mare-refine ang character. So, napakahalaga nung character, character formation ang nangyayari. Hmm.
Correct. Actually, pansit ko, no, um, yung ngayon kami sa Women's Month, so we're really featuring mga empowered women. Mga empowered women, sila yung
Hmm.
mga talagang may mga pinagdadaanan, no? I mean, pinagdadaanan hindi talaga simple. Like, I'd like to focus to sa pinagdaanan mo, ma'am, no? 14 years na you wanted to have a child pero hindi nangyayari. 14 years, imagine that, no? So, I mean, yung ganong klase na experience, 'di ba, ma'am? Na pumunta ka na ba sa point na parang wala na, suko ka na, hindi na mangyayari?
Actually, pinagdaanan namin lahat ng ano kasi, of course kahit na Christians kami ano, siyempre may medical science naman to help us ano. So, I've undergone, operations, ang dami kasing diferensya sa akin. And then yung next step na namin will be the in vitro fertilization, yung test tube baby ba tawag? Pero hindi na ni-recommend ng doktor kasi ang problema sa akin hindi kumakapit yung baby. And then, meron pa akong immunological. Ang problema kasi sa immunological is ang treatment nung body ko dun sa baby kahit mabuo siya, para siyang foreign body. So, yung body ko mismo ang pumapatay dun sa baby. 'Di ba? Weird, 'di ba?
Oo, weird. Oo.
Immunological ang ano. So, ang dami kong diferensya. So, yung next step na namin talaga is in vitro fertilization pero hindi na ni-recommend ng doktor. So, nung ano na, o sige, given all ano, medical ano, 'di ba? O sige baka iba yung binibigay ni Lord, 'di ba, na faith sa atin. And then nung inuwi namin siya, masayahing bata, nung ano lang siguro first 24 hours iyak siya ng iyak talaga. And then after noon masayahin, lagi siyang nakangiti, gano'n. Masaya na kami sa bahay. And then sabi ko, "Teka parang parang iba ang pakiramdam ko." Pero matindi rin yung pinagdaanan namin dun, kasi yun nga gawa ng immunological yung problema ko, yun nga nire-resist nung body ko yung baby. Kaya bed rest and then alam mo nanganak ako 31 weeks. 31 weeks lang parang between seven
Insane
and
na.
8 months. Between 7 and 8 months lang siya, ang liit-liit.
So, ano yun? So, syempre, yung daughter mo, parang, ano yan, gift talaga, super important gift coming from God. No? Imagine, ang tagal mo hinintay, 14 years. Para tuloy mag-edad sila. Dahil nung kaka-receive mo lang, biglang, no? Parang miracle,
Oo,
di ba? Miracle
oo,
talaga.
miracle talaga silang pareho.
Oo. It's a
Kasi
miracle,
may
oo.
nagtatanong nga din sa akin sabi, papaano kung nabuntis ka na ano, mag-a-adapt pa ba kayo? Hindi yun ang plan ni Lord, Ang plan talaga niya is makuha namin siya muna,
Oo,
Kasi
right,
kung
oo.
titingnan mo yung timing, 'di ba? Mm.
Oo. Yes.
So ngayon,
Ah,
malalaki na sila.
mm. Yung ano kasi, ma'am, ngayon kasi yung mga ano, no, yung mga babae ngayon, hindi na
Mm.
sila maaga nag-aasawa, no. Majority ngayon parang bihira ang nag-aasawa. I mean, ewan ko, parang tingin ko mas madami yung late nag-aasawa versus dun sa maaga nag-aasawa. So, ako kasi pag nakakita ako ng mga babae na papunta na sa 30 or lampas 30 and then hindi pa rin nag-aasawa, I I suggest them for egg froze. Like, kasi nagbabasa-basa ako ng egg froze, tapos yung magkano yung ginagastos,
Mm.
180,000 yung pagkuha, tapos 12,000 yung renta dun sa pag-ano. Kasi nga, sa buhay ng tao ngayon, iba, iba yung lifestyle nila kasi mame, di ba? So,
Mm.
syempre, at the end of the day, you will still want to measure womanhood with being a kid. But of course, it's not. Di ba, ma'am? It's not,
Mm.
no? Kahit na magkaanak or hindi, though there is that urgency na, ay, kailangan ako mabuo, kailangan ako maging kompleto, kailangan ako magkaroon ng anak. Pero, syempre, whether that happened or not, may mga ways pa din na magiging buo pa rin yung pagkababae natin. Okay?
Mm.
So,
Mm.
napakaganda nung so, iniisip ko yung 14 years, no? Talagang, I mean, salute din ako sa asawa mo. Sir,
Grabe
salute ako sa'yo.
talaga.
Ganun kanya kamahal. Oh, ganun kanya
Grabe
kamahal.
talaga. Kasi, alam mo, yung minsan mga well-meaning naman na ano, comments, o yung, minsan yung iba nga, ano eh, ah, ano yun, offensive. Biro mo yun.
Ay,
Bawat family gathering, reunion.
correct. Ito kasi yung ano ito yung mundo ng women, no? Yan sa women month tayo kasi I also note yung kinuha mong yung pinakita mong parang citation about your lola na nilagay mo doon. Nakalagay doon with a modest but charming wife, no? Ibig sabihin, ah ang laki ng role ng babae para sa isang successful na lalaki. Do you agree on that, ma'am?
Oo, grabe nagulat nga rin ako eh. Biro mo nasa ano 'to ha, documentation ng ano, UP Los Baños. I think na, documentation ng museum of the
Yeah,
100
the
years ng
museum, oo.
UPLB. So ang ano dun, hindi lang nasa spotlight si lolo ko, hindi si lola. Actually nung nagpe-prepare ako, dun ko lang napansin. Sabi ko talaga, behind every successful man is a woman, and also behind a successful woman is a man. Tama ka eh. Kasi
Yeah,
talagang
oo.
yung support na siyempre sa schedule, sa mga ano, 'di ba? Kailangan natin ng support.
Kasi ngayon, ano mami, ang sitwasyon ngayon is that both husband and wife works and both are working like a horse, no? Busy
Mm.
busy. So parang ano na I cannot, napakabihira na talaga nung nakikita ko mga relationship na parang talagang katulad ng 100% supporting each other. Parang na-observe ko, wala nang minsan quality yung relationship because wala na, tutulog, gigising, work na naman. Tapos
Mm.
pagdating sa bahay, ma'am, nagsiselfone. Hindi na nagkakaharap-harap eh. Pagdating, parang lahat kayo nasa bahay, naka-cellphone pa kayo, no? But dun
Alam mo
sa women,
importante
go
'yan
ahead.
talaga, Ria 'no. Sa experience na husband ko, siya kasi, ang mother niya laging kinakausap sila nung maliliit sila. Imagine meron siyang teacher, I think nursery, ah, sorry daddy kinuwento ko na yung kuwento mo. Sinabihan siya nung teacher na wala siyang talent. Oo. So, pero kita mo na hindi siya insecure na tao kasi yung mother niya always talks to them na children. So, I think that's a very important point, Doc Ria, na we continue the conversations in our homes, sa relatives, sa family, sa friends, even with friends, 'di ba? Yung close ano natin ties, we keep the communication. In fact sa aming ano family, ah, Christmas nag-ano kami virtual ano, kasi iba-iba, eh, iba-iba na ang ano, eh, ang, kinalalagyan, eh, iba't ibang time zone. So, lalo ngayon may technology na, 'di ba? So, kasino lang naman yung mag-hi, mag-drop a note, 'di ba? to
Yeah.
family and friends. Sabi ko nga, kung gusto niyo ng commentary, ngayon na kayo mag-commentary about me. 'Wag na
Yung
pagka hindi ko
wag na yung eulogy.
oo, hindi ko na
Oo.
maririnig yun, hindi ko ma-appreciate ko ba yun? Hindi na ako, 'di
Oo.
ba?
Yeah,
Hindi ko
oo,
na
tama, correct.
ma-appreciate yun, 'di ba? Say thank you, while we can, say hi while we can, and, share our lives with others while we can. Gano'n ang ano, gawin natin. Of course,
Yeah.
hindi rin naman ako perfect, 'di ba? Sabi ko nga, I don't know everything and hindi ako perfect na tao, but we try um, to make the world around us a brighter, environment and a world, 'di ba?
That's true. Dapat sa isa sa family, meron parang prime mover na siya yung nag-unite sa family, siya yung nag-i-initiate, no? Mag-hi tuloy ako sa Baltasar family. Bukas kasi we have a tradition that we do in the family, yung padasal every year na pinamana ng lola ko bago namatay. Sa akin ibinilin. Para ako yung roots ko. Ngayon, biruin mo 2 years, no? So tomorrow makita kami. Tama yun. But nothing is perfect eh. Yun nga yung minsan the saddest part is that even if you are so close with the family, meron pa rin na lumalabas talaga na yung sinasabi mo nga yung pains, no? The pains na hindi natin alam isa kung saan inuugat. But of course, I agree with ma'am, no? You just there should be somebody who would initiate that building unity, pangungumusta. So, hindi yung kung kailan namatay na. Totoo yun. Buti na lang ako naka-experience na ako ng ng sinurprise ako. Sabi ko, buti na lang buhay pa ako na sinurprise niyo ako, no? Mahirap yung eulogy na yan, hindi ko na narinig. Kasi totoo naman yun kami, di ba? Pag namatay isang tao, ginagawa ng napakagandang video editing, di ba, ng buhay. Kung kailan namatay siya, di ba? So, tama yun. Dapat ngayon pa lang, life is short. You don't know, bukas pwede mamatay, etc. Meron nga isang estudyante ng NU, nakita ko yung binasa niya na pinost niya sa Facebook yung book, ma'am, na ang title is And Both of Them Die at the End. Parang ganun yung title. And both of them die. That's very good eh. Kasi if you really, yung A to B mo na ma'am, no? From A to point B, the B that you're talking about is the B that meeting the Lord, no? Yun yung end point, the B, no? So yun yung A to B na parang there's no other there's no other point B. There's no other point B but to prepare yourself to lead the Lord. Kasi kanina sinasabi ko, okay, point A to B, of course, it's a manner of movement from this to there. Pero pala, yung B mo is really the preparation for you to going meet the Lord, no? Tapos dun sa women empowerment, napaka-importanteng bagay. Kasi na-amaze ako na that you really into that, lalo na nung ginawa mo yung the woman in computing. By the way, to all the viewers, no, pagdating sa natural language processing, Doc Rachel is the number 1 in the Philippines. I mean, Chet is telling me about it. So, basta naghanap ka na lang ng number 1 in that niche, talagang ikaw at ikaw ang makikita nila everywhere, no? At saan sila mag-research. So, yung pag-tribe mo na sinasabi mo, na pagdating to sa computer science, at that time, is still male-dominated, no, ma'am? Ngayon pa ba ganun pa rin?
Sa mga literature na nakikita ko, it's still male-dominated pa rin, na marami pa ring challenges ang women, especially sa mga workplace, based sa literature, merong mga cases pa nga in some big companies na for example, yung mga kung anong task yung binibigay in the field of computing, minsan mga remarks na binibitawan sa mga groups, sa mga in terms of naman sa mga schools, pag tiningnan mo ang data ng CHED, halos pareha lang ang female and male students sa mga computing courses. Pero pag titingnan mo sa mga higher educational institutions, ang mga ibinibigay sa mga women ay documentation, hindi sila isinasali talaga dun sa hardcore na programming and all of that. In fact, pagka meron ngang programming competition ng ACM, we give awards pagka merong all-female groups, gano'n. Kasi most makikita mo talaga sa mga programming competitions, mostly mga males. Tapos, all male, siguro kung may isang babae sila, gano'n lang ano. Kaya natutuwa kami pagka merong 4 na babae or all female, groups, gano'n. Tapos sa field naman namin, gano'n ang nangyari sa board, ah, na ako lang yung babae at that time. Pero ngayon naman, parang mas nagiging ano na, nagiging even ang playing field. Pero sa based sa literature, marami pa rin ang challenges ng women sa computing.
Okay.
Tapos,
Yeah, kasi
especially yung mga ano, unique kasi yung ano natin, eh, especially halimbawa sa graduate school, ah, makikita mo ta's ilang taon hindi mo makikita. Ano nangyari? "Ma'am, ano kasi, eh, nag-asawa ako." O sige, 'di umpisa na naman ng ano, research, ng thesis o ano. Tapos hindi mo na naman makikita, "Anong nangyari sa'yo?" Biglang magpapakita after ilang years, ma'am kasi ibang project ako, eh, nagkaroon ng baby." So yung mga challenges sa ano, yun nga sabi mo yung papaano maiba-balance yung work and ano, and family life na usually napapapunta talaga sa women. Like ano, my day starts talaga siyempre, prayer, reading the Bible, magluluto na ako, maaga akong gumising, eh. Ah, Tapos magsasalang na ako ng labada. Pero mabait kasi yung ano, yung mga kasama ko, yung mga husband ko, pagka nakita niya, medyo parang dumadami na yung maruming damit, siya na yung magsasalang. Halimbawa, hindi ako nakapagsalang sa umaga, gano'n. Pero yan ang routine ko. Sa umaga kailangan magluluto na ako. Kung merong pangluto ng breakfast and lunch, nakaano na yun para tuloy-tuloy na ako sa trabaho ko. Tapos magbe-break na lang ako 'pag lunchtime na, gano'n. So, talagang
actually,
buhay ano.
Actually, ma'am, I was really impressed na you really was able to balance being a mother and a career woman. You're not just a career woman, no? You are on the top management, no? Hindi ganoon kasimple. Tapos yung mga hinahawakan mong organization are on the national level, and then you still manage really to perform your duties as a mother na I myself hindi ko talaga siya nagagawang ganun. So I really salute you. Sinulat ko nga dito salute. May note ako salute. No, nandito si Army eh. Tapos sabi niya kanina the balance of work, no.
Parang
Sana
mas busy ka sa'kin, Doc Rhea, mas busy ka ata sa'kin.
Hindi ma'am, mas tamad lang talaga ako. Or siguro ma'am dahil siguro na miss mo yung magka-baby, meron kaya impact yun? Dahil hinintay mo siya ng matagal, so talagang kulang na lang, ibigay mo 1,001% sa anak mo. Sobra ka bang protective,
Inipon,
ma'am? Sobra kang
ah,
protective.
medyo, medyo. Oo nga, kasi
Babae.
matagal hinintay, eh, 'no? Oo,
Oo.
medyo. At saka kumbaga, kasi nanganak ako 39 years old na ako, eh. So, ibig sabihin, kumbaga yung level of maturity kaysa nung halimbawa nanganak ako ng nasa 20s, 'di ba? So, medyo iba na yung perspective. So, ah, na hopefully nai-impart namin yun dun sa mga bata. So, lahat, kasi wala kaming kasama, eh. So, lahat, although, masipag naman yung husband ko, so pagka-ano, nakita niyang hindi ko nagagawa, siya talaga ang ano. So, ano naman, hati naman ang mga task, pero halimbawa yung CR, 'di ba? Lahat 'yan ano, kaya lang minsan kasi nga wala kaming kasama, so lahat ng ano, paglilinis and all that kailangan magawa. Kasi kung hindi, ah,
Ang galing.
ma-allergy.
Ang galing nga eh, kasi 'di ba, nagagawa mo 'yun. Well, sabi nga nila, um, as a woman, ako kasi parang dumating ako sa point na gusto ko, naglo-look forward ako on a day na magiging domesticated ako ng konti. Sana makapagluto ako siya honestly, mami daw nakakapagluto. Pero kahit pa paano tinatry ko yung mga pa-fried. Pero nagluluto ako ng semento.
Iba
Naghahalo
niluluto
ako ng
mo.
semento, pero ako nagluluto sa bahay. So talagang, ako talaga salute na salute ako sa ganyang babae because bihira lang kasi yung nakita kong babae na perfect na siya sa career, perfect pa siya pagdating sa pagiging mother. Sabi mo nga kanina, typically, isang babae, napapabayaan niya na yung other side, yung career niya kasi nanganak siya, kasi na ganito, no? Ano niya, nadidelay niya yung progress niya eh. Yun yung babae, nadidelay niya yung progress niya. Dami niya kasi pinagdadaanan, lalo na pinakamahirap man postpartum. Yung when you feel so insecure about yourself, di ba? Yung pinakamahirap, postpartum na pagdaanan mo yon. Di ba? Sabi nga nila, wag ka tatapi sa aso na na bago panganak kasi para sila nababaliw. So, it's the same with the women, di ba? So, imagine that predicament. By the way, may naging guest kami dito na napakabata, si Jen Dingalan. Siya naman ay working with the WEPs, no? Yung women empowerment. Alam mo ma'am, madami silang mga parties or companies, private companies that are signatory to WEPs simply because they support equality or gender equality within the workplace, no? So that
Mm.
how do you think we can well, pansin ko lang even in education, even in the academe, no, for so many model I saw is still male dominated, lalo na yung mga uh, administrative and no. So how can we put a balance kaya pagdating sa academic setup?
Hmm. Mahirap na question yan.
Ang dami
Pero
lahat eh, ganun eh. Male
pero
dominated
ngayon
eh.
nagbabago na eh. Like, 'di ba, may mga presidents ang universities na babae, 'di ba?
Napakabihira, ma. 'Di ba?
Like si
If you can count
Madam
them.
Madam Esther Garcia, no?
Yeah,
'Di ba?
si Madam Quirino ng PIP. Oo. So, no, ang sarap idigin ng women empowerment, ma'am. Talagang madami pa tayong pwede kasi ma-contribute din para din mawala din yung gender inequality na nangyayari. No? Sabi nga nila, it takes an empowered woman to empower woman. Okay. So,
Hmm.
ma'am, do sa moving forward mo yung next steps mo, no? There's still you still want to expand your research area. Tanong ko lang, when do you think is the time when you'll stop research? Nakikita mo ba yung sarili mo sa ganun?
Hindi ko ma-imagine na magre-retire ako. Kasi parang hindi ko ma-picture yung ano yung magiging life ko 'pag retired.
So, carry over talaga yung research. Parang, as long as you can still research, expand the area.
Or siguro depende na sa kay Lord 'yun ano, pero, I want to be productive until my last day. Pero whether it will be on research, that I wouldn't know. It can be a different thing altogether. So, kailangan maging open din tayo. Pero sabi
Oo,
nga nila, dapat 'pag malapit ka na mag-retire, you have to prepare for your retirement, eh.
pero it's a different case kasi sa atin, ma'am eh. On our, on our career, mas matanda, mas maganda. Kapag mas marami alam, mas marami mai-impart, mas matanda. No? So this time,
Mm.
I want to pass on the floor to Ella's questions, ma'am.
Wow, kinakabahan ako.
Good evening once again. Ayan, grabe. Ang dami kong learnings. Ayan, ma'am. So, actually, my first question po, Doc Rachel, is, can you specify po what type of leader are you?
Ano yung mga choices?
Um, kung, kasi meron pong leader na yung tipong Wala po akong choices, pero siguro i-generalize po natin in, let's say, mahigpit ba or hindi po ba mahigpit na leader or nasa gitna lang po kayo, like that?
Ako kasi ano, as I mentioned, I'm a very target-oriented person. So, it doesn't really matter how you get to the target as long as you fulfill the target. Gano'n ako. Hindi ako yung, "Anong ginagawa mo today?" Hindi ako gano'n. Basta ang ano, deliver the goods and you're fine with me. Pero hindi ako yung, 8 to 5 anong ginagawa mo, gano'n. Hindi ako gano'n. Mm.
Okay, ayan. Thank you po,
Yeah.
Doc Rachel. Napaka ano, hinahon po na ni Doc Rachel, Ma'am Ria, kaya parang sabi ko, "La, paano kaya magalit si Ma'am Rachel 'no, sa
Masama daw
kanyang."
magalit ang mabait, sabi nila.
Depende po siguro. Ayan, so, Doc Rachel, sa dami po ng mga nabanggit na mga achievement niyo po, so for sure meron po kayo doong pinaka-best project. So, ano po yung best project niyo po talaga?
Um, kung lahat-lahat na personal and professional, the best project is myself. Sorry.
Wow, first time ko 'to, Ma'am. Yes. Bakit po,
Kasi
Doc
parang
Rachel?
kasi parang full package na siya, 'di ba? Hindi lang siya yung, kaya nahirapan ako nung humihingi si Doc Rio ng name parang, what name do I give myself? 'Di ba? Parang it's a complete package, tapos nakapaloob na dun yung relationship with God. Hindi ko matatanggal yun, parang hindi wala ako. Wala ako kung wala si Jesus sa buhay ko, gano'n ano. So, I think, my life would be my project, my best project.
Alright. Naku, kakaiba po ang sagot niya, Ma'am Ria. So, historical 'yan, ma'am. Kailangan may sulat
Pero
po 'yan ng
Ella,
biblical writer.
may, may research project si Doc Rachel na ang amount is 33 million. Grabe, di
Oo,
ba?
parang I heard that. Oo,
Samantalang tayo, 4
grabe.
million lang, masaya na, di ba?
Oo nga, ang hirap budgetin nung sa'tin. Grabe 'no, parang oo, ang hirap mapapasana ano tayo, all kay Doc Rachel. Pero iba, Ma'am Ria, ang kanyang sagot talaga naman napaka-humble po ni ma'am. Hindi siya more on
Hmm.
nasa materialistic 'no, na side. Okay, so, my next question po, Doc Rachel is, do you have any regrets in life?
Ay, pasensya na hindi ko na-cover 'yan dun sa ano ko 'no. So, ako kasi ayoko ng regrets. Tanungin mo ako kung may regret ako kahapon, wala na. Kasi mahirap yun, additional baggage na dala-dala. So, pagka, ah, someone offended me, recently meron talagang iniyakan ko talaga, ilang araw akong umiiyak, hindi ko talaga makontrol. Tapos inisip ko, ano ba yung ano ba yung way na tinuturo ni Lord dito pagka may ganito? Approach the person at kausapin mo. 'Di ba ang hirap nun? Hindi natin ginagawa yun, So, nakipag-appointment ako sa kanya, kinausap ko, ito naramdaman ko. Umiiyak ako nung kinakausap ko siya. Pero after that, wala na. Of course
Yes.
mahirap yung mga pinagdadaanan natin, but we have to rise above the
Mm.
circumstances. Tapos meron akong narinig na ano, na, Christian song kasi nga reflective akong person, "Lord, plant my feet on higher ground." So yun na naging prayer ko, ayokong kasi minsan nakakalunod 'di ba pagka yung na-offend tayo, nasaktan tayo, and then we cry, parang malulunod ka dun sa ano, para siyang sabi nga nung sister ko, para siyang quicksand, hindi ka na makawala. And then narinig ko yun, "Lord, plant my feet on higher ground." Yun ang pinray ko, sabi ko, "Lord, plant my feet on higher ground." And then binigyan na ako ng grace, enabled me to forgive the person and to pray. Sabi nga, pray for your for your persecutors, So pinag-pray ko na, "Lord," kasi, ah, pagka may tao na nag-bless sa'yo, sabi sa Bible, ibe-bless din niya. Pero pagka hindi siya nag-bless sa'yo, magsa-suffer siya. So, pinag-pray ko siya sa Lord, wag mo siyang parusahan, wag mo siya ang bold ano. Sabi ko, Lord, forgive him. Oh. So, gano'n yung naging kwento. And then after that, wala na. I don't have regrets. Kasi
Yun.
magiging baggage lang yun eh. Move
Tama po.
forward and learn from your mistakes. Sabi ko nga eh, instead of stumbling blocks, madapa ka. Oh, nagkasugat-sugat ka pa. Tungtungan mo. 'Di ba?
Yan. Thank
Parang
you
yung
po.
So
sabi
when
niya,
Yes.
ano
oo.
eh, so when somebody offended you, basta nasabi mo sa tao yung how you felt about it, parang nakaka-release din siya ng ano no. Mahalaga malaman ng tao na yon, no, how you offended me. Tapos from there, wala ka na masyadong excess baggage. Magandang approach yun actually.
Mm.
To get
And
the
on the
to have that courage to release.
and then on the other hand, pagka naman ano na ako very sensitive sa gano'n eh, na meron ba akong nasabi na ano, so ina-approach ko yung tao na nag-a-apologize ako. Hindi mahirap, I mean hindi kasi kailangan nating gawin eh, yun nga sabi mo release eh. We have to, uh, ask for forgiveness. Kasi kung hindi, 'di ba, baggage pa rin yun. Hindi naman ibig sabihin, oh, after that sweetie-sweetie tayo, hindi naman gano'n, 'di ba? So pero wala ka ng ano, kinikimkim sa puso mo, you ano, you live a free life.
Okay po.
Yung ano, yung feeling of the feeling of being offended, uh, tama ba na may pagka-subjectivity din yun, di ba, ma'am? Example, there's a
Mm,
woman, na yung woman na to, sinanay siya sa bahay nila na siya ay under or hindi siya ka-level ng mga men or sinanay siya na siya ay na not as good as the other people. So pagka may ganong woman na ninoffend sila, parang tumatahimik na lang sila, tapos accept it as it is, and they will not move forward, tapos dala-dala nila yung baggage sila hanggang sa naapektuhan na sila naapektuhan. No? Yun, parang yun yung majority of the women na sa atin naman, empowered women, we have to tell the women out there na if we are offended, if you think violated, feel violated, di ba? Dapat magkaroon tayo ng, we have to assert na, sabihin natin sa violator natin that we are violated. Otherwise, minsan hindi nila alam na violate pala sila. Posible yon, di ba? Sometimes they don't know that they're violated others. Pero maganda kasi yung lesson na ano natin yung women, no? That when we are violated as a woman, no? Be sure that we we get straight to our violators. Para as a woman, standing standing firm pa din tayo. Okay. Right, Ella?
Ayun. Of course, ma'am, I have a next question for you. Thank you for that answer. Ayan. What is your best and most significant investment?
kaya nga ba hindi ako sumasali sa Miss Universe, eh, ang hirap kayang sagutin ng mga Miss Universe questions ano. Ah, ang investment kasi na best would be investment in the lives of people, eh. Katulad nga nung example ko kanina, talagang na-rebuke ako dun, eh, kasi nga target-oriented ako pagdating ng 5 o'clock dapat ito ang matatapos ko. 1, 2, 3, 4 tapos may kakatok. Istorbo. Pero ang best investment is investment in the lives of people. Ano kung hindi ko matapos yung ano, eh, di bukas. May bukas pa naman, pero itong tao hindi mo alam kung anong pinagdadaanan niya.
Tama po. Ayan, sana ano 'no, ma-experience ko Ma'am Ria maging boss si Doc Rachel.
Oy, alam mo,
Pa-experience naman.
Miss Ella, meron kaming naging kasama sa office, sinabi sa akin, after daw niyang maging boss ako, kahit sino na daw na boss kaya na niya.
Gano'n.
At
Challenging din pala.
meron siyang lakas ng loob na sabihin sa'kin yun. Kasi I set the target, but I provide the enabler. So for example, para madali ang trabaho, gawa tayo ng checklist.
Mm.
'Di ba? Dadali kung may checklist para pagka halimbawa hiningi mo yung document from another office, ito lang ang checklist. Hindi na siya masyadong magpapaliwanag, 'di ba? May checklist na siya eh. So, may target oriented pero I provide yung mga tools. Hopefully,
Ayan.
no, nandito
Yun
si
naman
Doc
pala.
Ria, baka
Okay.
and then I
Ayan.
provide 101% support. At saka ganito 'yan, ang namin, ang sikreto namin, hindi na sikreto, sikreto namin sa office. Sa team namin, solid 'yan. So, 'pag nag-council kami, expectation ko 'to, Doc Ria, ha. 'Pag nag-council kami, "O sige, say your opinion. Sige, lahat tayo iikot." Pero paglabas natin, we made a decision yun ng group.
Yeah.
Hindi yung paglabas mo sasabihin, hindi sinabi ko na nga ba ganyan eh. O, hindi nag-work. Huwag ganun, walang laglagan. Solid tayo. Paglabas natin, it's our decision. Hindi yung decision ng isang tao. So paglabas, walang laglagan.
It
And then,
also works on the other way, mami. It
mm,
also works the other way. Minsan naman, may ibang grupo na porkit siya yung nag-suggest, saka hindi na siya desisyon ng group. Decision niya na kasi dahil maganda eh. Pag naman hindi maganda, nilalaglag niya, hindi siya kasama. Yung mga ganun, di ba?
Ayun. Ayun. So, actually, nangyayari po yun, no? Talagang may hindi naiiwasan na gano'ng situation. Pero for sure, with your answer nga, it's another learning po sa mga nakikinig, lalo na yung may mga teams, may na-handle.
at saka Miss
Ideal po
Ella,
siya, opo.
pagka hindi maganda ang turnout,
Mhm.
di eventually ako yun, kasi ako yung boss eh. Hindi ko sasabing, kasi si hindi binigay yung data eh. Hindi gano'n. I take full responsibility for the failure of the whole group. Hindi
Mhm.
hindi ko "Ay, ito kasi si hindi." Hindi gano'n.
Opo.
Dapat kung ikaw ang head ng unit, you take full responsibility. Iko-cover mo yung mga tao under.
Okay,
Tapos 'pag glory naman, lahat tayo, 'di ba?
opo.
Ang galing kasi ni thank you for providing the data, thank you for the hard work. Gano'n kahirap ba naman yun?
Okay. Alright, thank you po, ma'am. So, with that, dahil napakagaling niyo pong mag-lead 'no, at mag-handle ng team. Who is your hero, ma'am, or idol? Or someone you mirror your life with?
Thank you, Miss Universe question na naman. So, heroine si Esther. Si Esther is a heroine. So, unique kasi babae yung chapter sa Bible. So, maganda yung story yun nga, from an orphan, naging queen siya, and then, hindi natapos dun yung storya. Kaya nga we love stories, 'di ba? Tapos because we learn from those stories. Tapos yun nga, ginamit siya, whether may risk. May risk siyang kasi whether, papasok siya dun sa court ng king, puwede siyang ipapatay, 'di ba? Or kung ano, kung iga-grant yung request niya, mase-save yung whole country niya. So, biro mo yun, by the courage of one person, puwede nating mabago ang ano natin, ang environment, ang society natin, ang mundo, ang family, 'di ba? Ang workplace, 'di ba? So, siya yung heroine ko kaya ako ginamit yung Esther, 'yan. Thank you.
Ayan, at least na-emphasize si Esther, yun pala siya. Ayan, thank you po, Doc Rachel. Alright, so my next question po for you is, um, of course, parang nakita namin kanina very ano po kayo, achiever na po talaga kayo sa life and successful. What else you want to achieve po or what else remains undone pa po ni Doc Rachel?
Ang hirap na naman ng Miss Universe question mo, eh.
Sorry.
Kasi hindi natin hawak ang buhay, 'di ba? Yung iba nga nakatayo lang sa kanto, eh, yun na pala ang last day niya. So, we value, one day at a time, 'di ba? Kung ano yung binigay sa'tin ni Lord. So ako, open ako kung sa naku Lord ha, ganun, eh, 'no? Tapos biglang binigyan pala ng assignment na ano 'no, I commit everything to to the Lord, of course, through my family din, 'yan.
Yun. So parang dun sa sagot ni Doc Rachel, it means po ba na willing pa rin kayong mag-handle kung ano man po yung kaloob talaga ng Diyos na mga future projects?
I hope
Ayan.
so.
Oo. So, ayan, ganun po ka-ano si Doc Rachel, kumbaga ini-entrust niya talaga kay Lord. But, at this time po, I would like to know also or we would like to know also if you are not who you are right now, then who would you be? Kung hindi po kayo naging Dr. Rachel Rojas na naging Vice President ng NU,
Ay, ang ganda ng tanong mo.
ano po
Kasi
kayo dapat, ma'am? Opo.
nung bata ako gusto kong mag-social worker. Gusto kong tumulong ng tao. Kasi yung doktor daw na hindi nakakatulong ng tao kasi peke kami, hindi kami medical doctor.
Ayun, yun pala gusto
Peke
ni
din daw ako.
Doc.
Peke
Yeah, so kung
doctor.
hindi ako ano, siguro social worker. Pero ngayon iniisip ko baka hindi ko kaya. Kasi ang social worker ano, ang mahirap kasi 'di ba, magre-reach out ka sa mga tao. At least ako
Pero
computer lang hindi
are you in,
Naging
ano ma'am?
frontliner sana kayo,
Are you in
ma'am.
sports? Are you in sports nung college?
nung bata ako lahat 'yan, wala akong tinatanggihan. Basketball, volleyball, eh, sa UPLB may mga soccer field pa dun 'di ba? Soccer, may baseball pa kami, swimming, lahat 'yan sinalihan ko.
Sporty ka pala.
Sporty pala si ma'am, oo.
Oo.
Siguro ang diksi ni ma'am
Meron kasi
ano,
nagchika sa akin eh.
Na ano
Sports
daw?
person ka.
Ah,
Maano ka sa sports. May
yun.
nag,
kaya lang nung nawala na ano, eh, tumaba na.
Ayun, so at least nalaman natin ng Ria 'no, social worker pala dapat siya kung hindi siya naging
Ang layo
doktor.
ano.
Ayan. So, ayan, my last question po for you, Doc Rachel, is, of course, given po sa lahat ng talent na binigay sa'yo ng Diyos, how can you help the feminine genius advocacy of Dr. Ria Liza?
Naku, by supporting Doc Ria. Bibigyan pa kita ng maraming stories.
oo.
Hi, Mommy Det. Thank you pala to my family and friends. Thank you for the support and the
Yeah.
prayers.
Yeah, whenever we need Doc Rach sa ating mga activity, of course naman, I know that Doc Rach will be supporting us. Hello. And then,
Yes.
hello meron pa tayong more than 300 viewers right now. Of course, hello Sis Midet, member yan ng Feminine Genius and also iba pa mga members na nandito. Hello sa inyong lahat. All right, so that's our Q&A with our guest. For now po, ma'am, we will proceed with the Pinoy Henyo. You need to identify 5 significant words that you mentioned repetitively or significantly during your discussion. You will also be the one to give the clue. So, ma'am, dito po sa right side ng ating StreamYard, may private chat dito. Kung nakikita mo siya. And then, ayan, nag-hi ako sa'yo. Then you can write your questions dito, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, while nag-iisip si ma'am ma'am, baka gawin mo kaming estudyante. Mahirap na hirap sumagot sa tanong. So, while hinihintay natin yung tanong ni ma'am, Ella,
Yeah,
shout
yeah,
out.
Ma'am Ria. Um, of course, ayan, excited na po tayo kasi we are about to start our Pinoy Henyo Challenge po sa inyong lahat, no, na nandyan. Thank you so much for tuning in and for staying as of the moment. Nandyan po kayo. Thank you so much. Mega love shout out po kay Mami Erlinda Cadillo. Ayan, oh, nag-shout out po siya, Ma'am Ria. Wow, ang galing naman ni Dr. Rachel. Siyempre,
Oh,
hindi
thank
magiging
you.
doctor kung hindi yan magaling. And of course, nag-clap-clap talaga si Mami Erlinda. Thank you so much po, Mami Erlinda. And Team Helpful Support, thank you for tuning in. Chai Helpful, ayan, thank you so much for tuning in, Chichay, kahit na napaka-busy. No, galing sa work, ito, panggabi, ito, thank you so much. Chichay Uni, and then of course, our uh, Sis Chofis Universe, ayan, nasa Hong Kong po yan sila Happy DTV, thank you so much. And of course, Ma'am Ria, dinayo ka na ng USA na viewer. Sis Rain Bruce Channel. Thank you so much, Rain Rose USA, for tuning in. And sa ating Oman viewer po, si Jeannie, the Fishing Channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. And of course, mega love shoutout po sa ating loyal viewer po, si Paulons TV. Sabi po niya, so kindness po naman si Ma'am Rachel. Ayan. Yung
Oh,
pansin niyo
thank
yung very kind
you.
po si Dr. Rachel. And mega love shoutout po kay Sir Ronel Ramos. Thank you for tuning in. Sabi po niya, hi po. And of course, we have fishing travel adventure mid-death. Abisado, sabi po niya, wow, sports genius. Thank you po, Doc Rich, for being an inspiration to all of us. Ayan, elbow, virtual hug. Thank you so much po, Ma'am Medeth.
Hi,
And
boy.
shoutout daw po, sabi ni Sir Ronel Ramos, hi, Happy. Ayan, na-miss niya si Happy di TV. Ayan, and thank you so much po sa lahat po ng viewers ni Dr. Ria Liza na nasa Facebook Live ng The Feminine Genius. Please don't forget to shout out your name para maisama ko po kayo sa attendance po natin every Saturday. So, your attendance for today serves as your entry for the grand raffle on December. And plus, all of you are entitled po to join dun sa pag-fill out po ng inyong wish by simply clicking on the link that was provided by our host. Nandiyan po yung link wherein you can sign out. You can fill out for whatever wish that you would like to. Kasi, of course, we have our very kind-hearted guest, Dr. Rachel, will be our wish fulfiller for tonight. Ayan. So, sa maswerteng mananalo, good luck. And mag-pray kayo. Kasi si Doc Rachel talagang prayerful person po siya. So, for sure, yung taong nag-pray dyan para manalo, yun ang mananalo talaga. And hopefully, no, yung wish niyo is kaya naman po ni Ma'am Rachel. Yun. Nabigyan ako ng tip kanina. Huwag naman yung house and lot po, no? Baka mabigla si Doc
Mga
Rachel.
simple wish. Simple wish naman. Baka mamaya Okay. Remind lang natin, anything
Ayan.
goes that shall
Of
is ready
course,
to serve
ayan.
you. Okay.
Ayan, so
So, yung link
syempre.
ng wish, nandyan na, anuhin nyo na, ayusin nyo na. So, now, meron na tayong 5 words na, na, na binigay si Doc Rachel. So, eto na, ma'am. You will also give the clue. We have 6 seconds delay from StreamYard to YouTube and another 6 seconds to Facebook. Sa pagalingan nito ng paano patibayan ng internet. Una makasagot. Okay, ma'am.
First word. What did I do in the Computing Society of the Philippines?
Yun, sa mga
Special
kababayan
interest
dyan.
group. Special interest group.
Go, 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 Ma'am Kat. Medyo delayed lang po sa StreamYard. Tingnan natin kung sino yung unang mabilis na sumagot.
Women in computing.
Sabi ni Paul TV, research. Tama po ba yung sagot niya? Research po ang sagot ni Sir Ronel Ramos.
Hindi.
Yan.
Try
Try
again.
again. Pwede na ba daw Doc Rachel yung sala set or dining set? Bedroom, ma'am. Mukhang masyado pong mahal. Pang ano na yan. Date with Sir Paul, ma'am. Yun ang wish niyo po. Yung dinner niyo sa date. Sir. Computing research po, Doc Rachel, is the answer of Sir Ronel. And Kathleen TV answered computing science. Paul TV answered computer study. Ronald Ramos answered also instructor.
Wala pa kasi noon eh. Wala pa yung Computing Society of the Philippines Special Interest Group on Women in Computing. So wala pa yun dati.
Okay.
Clue.
Doc Rachel, is this one word po ba to? English or Tagalog?
Kahit ano.
One word.
Vice President daw po ang sagot ni Kathniel. AI, augmented workforce, ang sagot ni Paulens TV. Spice po ang sagot ni Mamedet.
More.
More.
So, nung
Try.
una, wala pa yun, yung Special Interest Group on Women in Computing. Anong ginawa ko?
Yan, for sure nag-program yun si ma'am. Advisor lang, ma'am.
Advisor, hindi pa nga nag-form ako. I pioneered the Special Interest Group. Sinabi ko na yung sagot. NLP and Women in Computing.
Type nyo na. Ano yung sinabi ni ma'am?
Pioneered.
Ano yung sagot?
I pioneered and established. Sinabi
Adi walang nanalo.
Wala na. Wala na yung sala set.
Napalitan yung iba, ma'am, kasi
Wala na yung sala set.
Hindi, mamaya pa yun. Gcash pa ngayon naman. Gcash, bigay ni Ella once ang Gcash dito eh. Gcash ang dito.
Ang price ng Pinoy Henyo. Ayan.
Teka. Ayan.
Pioneer.
Sir Ronald na nanalo.
Basta sabihin sagot, ma'am. Okay, sige. Ito. Next question. Ayan. Next question. Buti na lang, si Ronel. Nakinig.
Bilis mag-type,
So, di akala ko po Spice. Hindi ako Spice.
Next question, number 2. Sa wakas, Ronel, nanalo ka din. Number 2.
Doon sa description ng lolo ko, ano yung naulit na word doon?
Oo, 3 beses mo yatang inulit yun.
Yun direct quote from the document of the UPLB document.
Yes, oo.
Direct quote yun.
Meron dong word na 3 beses niya nilagay doon sa slide na yon. About sa kanyang lolo. Ay, naalala ko tuloy lolo ko. Ang pinakamahal kong tao sa buong mundo ay lolo ko. Sobra. May something na dito. May something na dyan.
First, ayan. First, congratulations.
Teka, sunod eh. First.
Oo, first, Filipino instructor din siya. Oo, first.
Okay.
Si Paul TV yung leader.
Thank you.
Alright.
So, actually, Mas tama ito eh.
First, oo. Kanina first na eh, no? Hindi
Pero
siya
sino
first.
panalo? Sinong panalo sa dalawa? Kasi,
Ah, mas tama yung pangalawa. Ayan, si first.
Yes, si
oo, mas tama
Catherine.
ito si Katniel. Oh. Sorry, Ma'am Kat, ha, kasi
Ayan.
yun yung sinulat ni Ma'am na sagot. Alam ko yung sagot. Okay, so word, ito, bumawi kayo. Sana
Third,
masagutan
sa
nyo to.
third.
Oh, third.
Oo. Ano ang pinakamahalaga sa buhay ko?
Go, go, go.
Sino
Pinakamahalaga.
nagbibigay sa akin ng direction, ng purpose, nagko-correct sa akin, sino nag-e-encourage sa
Yan,
akin.
nandiyan
Hi,
si
Sir.
si MC. Hello daw, Doc Rage.
Hi, Sir MC.
Para may sumagot na. Wait, may nakita na ako.
Si
May
Tiffany.
nakita ako.
Yeah, very good.
It's,
Nakikinig siya.
yeah, very good. Direct
Lord
from Hong Kong. Thank
Jesus.
you, Tiffany. Lord
Thank
Jesus.
you.
All right. So, word number 4.
Number 4. Paano ba ito i-describe? Mahirap pala. Yung 5 na lang, 5.
Sige, number 5.
Ito
Number
yung
5.
kailangan nating we need to keep in our hearts when somebody offends us.
Bilisan mag-type. Oh. Sige pa, go. Sige
Talk
pa.
to the person. Importante din yon.
May nauna.
Yeah, forgiveness.
Flawless.
Tiffany. Ay,
Tama ba?
nakikinig
Flawless is
sila.
number 1. Oo, nakikinig talaga yung mga yan. May notebook pa nga yung mga yan. May pasahan din kami ng notebook dito. Okay, so, paano yung last word mo yun ay number 4 mo?
Number
Kaya nila
4.
yan.
No, yung number 4 naman is, this is why you were created. You were created for this, blank. Ay, stay. Huh?
Ice tea, please daw. Nangihina ng ice
Sure.
tea.
Oo, nauuhaw
Ayun,
na
there's
ako.
somebody na.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so, team helpful supporter. Ayan. Thank you. Sumasagot si Mark. Sayang, MC, nahuli ka, mabagal kang mag-type. Okay. So there you have it, our Pinoy Henyo. Congratulations to our winners. And now, Doc Rachel, we know how accomplished you are when it comes to your career, being a mother, etc. But this time, we want you to give your talent. Talent pala. To show us may pa-challenge kami. Gusto namin ng talent from you. From the Esther. Nag-hang ba si ma'am? Hello, ma'am? Doc Rage, ayan.
Naghang
Kailangan
pala.
ng talent.
Ah,
Guys, ano ba gusto niyong pagawa natin kay Doc Rage? The challenge.
ano na di-disconnect na.
Gusto
Talent.
natin pagawa kay Dr.
Anong
Rage.
talent ko?
Sing
Ayan,
daw po
dumadami
sabi
na
ni
yung wish
Collins
natin.
TV. Sing and dance challenge daw po.
Oh. O sing
TikTok.
Doc, marunong TikTok na lang, ma'am.
Yung song na
TikTok.
nadinig ko na ano eh, Lord, plant my feet on higher ground. Out of tune.
Okay na yun.
Okay na yun, di ba?
Galing, ayan.
Isa
Oh,
pa,
okay na
ma'am,
yun
yung
ah.
ano, yung isa pa, ma'am. Hindi, isa pa yung ano, yung modern song.
Modern.
Baka bukas wala na akong trabaho. Bukas you're fired na. Modern song.
Hindi ako updated. Sorry, mga binabasa ko iba eh. Tsaka pinapakinggan ko iba.
Sabi ni Paulins,
Oh.
ma'am,
Kaya,
sharing favorite Bible verse na lang daw po.
Favorite
sige,
Bible
okay.
verse. Ayun na lang.
Oh, sige.
Favorite Bible verse, John 3:16.
I'm
Yeah.
about, nahulaan ko na yung sasabihin mo.
Oh, John 3:16 kasi gusto niyang i-express yung love niya for us. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believe in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. So point
Oh,
B, yun yung point B.
yan, point B.
Yan.
Okay. Yan na. So, alam niyo na yung point A to point B. Okay. So, now, bubunot na tayo ng ating wish.
Wow.
Nakit wish fulfiller kung bibigay niya o hindi, yung wish niyo. Teka lang, pakita natin laman.
Oh, okay.
Bigay ni Doc Rachel kasi nag-pray yung nag-wish.
For God so loved the world.
Oo.
God's love agape. Yeah, okay. Actually, marami na naman tayong baon ngayon na learnings.
Actually, yung what we do after will be more important, right? Siyempre, the first step is listening, and then the second step will be what we do after we have listened, 'di ba?
Kaso 'di ba dapat nandito siya, Ella? This wish is from LC. Ang sabi niya, to have money to treat my hobby as we celebrate our monthsary. LC, are you there? LC, gusto niya i-treat yung hobby niya. Kayang-kaya yan ni wish fulfiller. Saan ba daw? Sa Jollibee? Pwede na yan. Ma'am, Tokyo.
Kung
LC,
Jollibee, kahit kasama ang kapitbahay.
For a while lang no, ma'am, baka nasa CR lang.
Ako, LC, bilisan mo mag-CR. Bilangan kita dyan.
Sayang ang
Oo.
Jollibee mo.
Para malaman natin kung saan kayo mag-date ng iyong hobby sa iyong monthsary. Feeling mo, LC, bata ka pa. Talagang monthsary, Oh. Diba? Si LC kasi, meron kaming guest, si Super Body, sinabi niya na mag-walk. Aba, kinabukasan, nag-start na siya mag-walk everyday, di ba, Ella, no? Walk everyday na si LC. LC, nasan ka na? Sama daw sila Paulens TV sa Jollibee. LC, bibilang na ba tayo ng 10? 10, 9,
Saglit lang daw, ma'am.
LC, bilisan mo. Baka naman nasa FB ka. We still have, wait, bilangan natin ang ating viewers. Okay, we still have 200 plus na nasa Facebook. Mas madami nasa Facebook ngayon. 200 plus, okay? So, LC, bilis ha. Keep ko na to. Ayan na, sige. Susupot si LC. Alright, so, we'll wait for LC. Every Saturday naman sa atin naka-tune in si LC. So, before we let Doc Rachel leave us, There's just one question, Doc, that still want to ask from you. What it's like to be a woman prime mover?
Miss Universe question na naman.
Ayan. Ayan na si
Mahirap ano,
Elsie.
mahirap yung tanong. Ayan na siya, oo.
Oo, nandiyan na siya.
Um, challenging, um, pero fulfilling. Challenging yet fulfilling.
Okay. So, very short but very meaningful. We hope to see so many like Doc Rachel, no, yung taong talagang will be pioneering things, no. We learned a lot from you, Doc Rachel, and we're so happy actually to have you. We've thought so much uh, about the roots, about empowerment, about all the challenges of being a mother, and the rest. So, Doc Rachel, with this, we'd like to thank you for guesting us on this very important month of March, the Women's Month. Mabuhay ka, Ma'am Rachel!
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much, Doc
Thank you.
Rachel.
Okay, so that was very heavy, no? Ang ganda, ang dami. So, guys, mamaya magta-take away tayo, ano yung mga take away. Bago tayo mag-take away, kung ano take away natin from this today's episode, guys, thank you for being with us. Don't forget yung mga members po natin, anything goes that shop. Okay? Anything goes that shop, pwede na po tayo doon. Magpapadala din ako ng mga instruction para do sa members na natin. You can now look at the products that we have there from the Ila farm. So lahat ng mga natural products nandun, you can now resell as members. All you have to do is to register doon sa atin. Punta kayo sa sagleta. Nakalimutan ko yung instruction. Hindi kabisado yung instruction. What we'll do is to wait. Access the link, of course, and then go to anything goes that shop, register as a when you log into
Nagcha-choppy ka, Doc Ria? Ayan, so medyo nagcha-choppy ka lang kanina,
wala
no,
kang
ng
internet.
kaunti. Ayan. So, actually, Dr. Ria Liza has mentioned a while ago that um, dun sa mga interested po na maging vendor, you can visit the website po of anythinggoes.shop, and you can sell your products, and you can also sell the products of those naging guest po ni Dr. Yalisa na may mga products po sila. We can resell them. We can become a reseller. Ayan, online. And may mga shoutout po dito, Ma'am Ria, no? Sabi, hinahanap po ni Sir Ronel si Happy. Sabi niya, si Happy busy ata. And shoutout kay Kurt. Ngayon ka lang pumasok. Thank you so much for tuning
Okay.
in. Ayan. And of course, ayan, si LC Channel. Ma'am,
Okay,
thank you daw
so
so much.
thank you LC channel. So anong
Yan,
key
shoutout po ni
takeaway mo,
Paulins
Ella?
TV. Actually ang dami ma'am, do'n pa lang po sa eto pong, sinabi po ni Doc Rachel 'no, sabi niya po
Hello,
dito na
Ella? Naririnig
challenges.
mo na ako?
Yes ma'am,
Oo.
yes ma'am. So, one of my takeaways po ma'am 'no, na nabanggit niya kanina is, as a person na maraming hina-handle
Okay.
po sa life 'no, given the alam mo 'yun, different opportunities na kumbaga kinakaya ng isang babae, rise above all the circumstances. So whatever challenges po na harapin mo as a person, kailangan mo talagang, maging kumbaga kumapit ka kay God, and bumangon ka talaga at harapin mo 'yan, 'wag kang susuko. Kumbaga lahat kasi ng opportunity ma'am talagang ginrab niya, eh, wala siyang parang pinakawalan, 'yun yung nakita ko sa kanya. Kaya ang dami niyang achievement and of course talagang nakita natin 'no na yung root po ni Doc Rachel ay maganda talaga, nasa good seed po talaga siya. So, pinagpatuloy niya 'yun. And, sabi nga 'di ba dito sa kanyang, saying po na challenges or opportunities in disguise. Kaya nakita natin naman 'no, lahat po ng, naging achievement ni Doc Rachel ay sinabi naman niya na, ah, hindi naging madali 'yun para sa kanya. So, pero kumbaga hindi niya ma-imagine 'no, papaano niya na-handle lahat, pero na-handle niya lahat. So, that's the thing I like her and yung faith niya in God talagang malalim din. Kaya maganda siyang gayahin 'no, lalo na sa atin ngayon, kasi para ma-balance din natin yung ating time between our, work, family, and of course, with our creator, nagbibigay pa rin tayo ng time. So, that's all Ma'am Ria, back to you. Hopefully na magaya natin si Doc Rachel, maging doctorate din po tayo. Siyempre si Doc Ria na-achieve na niya 'yan. Ayan. Hello Ma'am Ria, back to you. Ayan.
Ella, naririnig ako? Clear ako?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So, yeah, there are actually maraming binit na magagandang salita si Doc Rachel, no? Pero napaka-importante yung movement from A to B. And according to him, the the target is from A to B, but the process is much more important than the target. Okay? So yung process na yung mga pinagdadaanan natin, we are who we are what we go through. At ang maganda doon is pareho sinabi ni Ella, plant good seeds. Maganda nga yung tanong ni Rachel kanina, what is our legacy? So whether lahat ng taong mawawala, mapupunta sa point B, of course, may legacy, no? Nasa atin lang if it's a good or a bad one. So sana guys, natuto tayo. Let's bring in more love. Sabi nga ni Doc Rachel, ipakita natin ang pagmamahal. Ngayon na. No? Ngayon na. Kung kaya mo ipakita ngayon, ngayon na. Kasi we can never tell eh. Hindi natin alam kung bukas andito pa ba talaga tayong lahat. Okay? So, spread joy, peace, not hate. Alright? So, thank you so much sa lahat ng mga nakinig, lahat ng ating viewers. Maraming salamat. We still have 200 plus watching us right now, but you know, it's time. Nag-exit na tayo ng 5 minutes. Thank you so much yung lahat ng mga, ang daming coffee, oh. Ang daming coffee. Sige
Oy,
lang,
baka
type
naman
lang kayo ng
magpa-coffee
coffee dyan.
dyan. Ayan, magpapa-coffee. Si Doc Ria, go ahead. Type na.
Hindi tayo ng pampa-coffee kit. Alright. Sige, type coffee. Oo. Type coffee. Alright. So, Ella, are we good?
Yes, Doc Ria. Ayun. Good
Alright.
morning,
So,
sabi ni Mami Deth.
thank
Good
you so
morning.
much sa lahat sa inyo. Good morning. Bukas may
Yay.
event ako.
Thank
Ay,
you,
meron
thank you,
kaming
thank
okasyon
you.
for the first 2 years. So, in the count of 3, Ella. 1, 2,
2,
3.
3. Thank you. Good night.